And that's my husband and I. My name's Ashley. His name is Chris Kirkwood. If you've never heard of us before and it's your first time hearing about us, drop a hello in the chat. Like, hey, how y'all doing? We don't know who you are, but we're going to learn. And if you know my husband and I, you're a part of the Speaker Ready Cash family, drop fam in the chat. And welcome all our new friends. Hey, guys. So this is our standard copyright notice. Today, you're going to learn how to prepare your family and business to thrive abroad, the exact steps to take to go on a sabbatical, how to show up in a new country as a respected, informed visitor, how to turn this trip into a stage potentially and build your brand globally, and why this experience pays for itself in clarity, community, and cash flow, okay? Even if you've never left the US before, even if your business and life feels too busy, and even if you're not sure how to make this work, we're gonna walk you through it step by step. So who am I? I am actually a business owner. I am not a travel agent. I have helped over 7,500 paying clients as entrepreneurs to grow their companies, typically using speaking and sales strategy. Any business owners in the room? If you're an owner, drop owner in the comments. So we have more than 450,000 that we've served across our free communities and even more now every day on our YouTube channel. Hey, business owners, what's going on? Our company is a two-time Inc. 5000 company. We run a multi-million-dollar business called Speak Your Way to Cash, and we call our community Cash Leads, okay? So if you hear me say that name, all it means is that you are an entrepreneur building your business in a way that only you can. We've been featured everywhere from Fox 32, Essence, Inc. Magazine, Entrepreneur, Black Enterprise, Business Insider, NBC, and Forbes. So just so you know, you are in good hands. You are in good hands, you guys, all right? And if you want, you can Google me, okay? Because I know going out of the country with someone can be a lot. We are partnering with my friends over at Maximum Impact Travel. They are exceptional. They've done hundreds of trips to all parts of Africa. And currently, I believe Jay, the owner, who's from the DMV, anyone from the DMV? The DMV, he lives over in Ghana right now. So really excited about going on this trip with him. But here's my personal story. I started off as a lawyer. Any lawyers on the line? If you're a lawyer, drop lawyer in the chat. I started off practicing big law. That is the Chicago Lawyer, the cover of the Chicago Lawyer. And that is me, the one little chocolate drop in the front. And so I was constantly used to being in spaces where I was the only Black woman or the youngest in the room. And one of the things that can do is it can get you a little bit disconnected from who you really are. And my parents did a really good job of teaching me my history. And I've always kind of wanted to go back to some part of Africa, particularly West Africa, Ghana, because my dad had gone there and spoke so highly about it. Anybody relate to being the only in the room? Anybody? If you relate, comment, relate in the comments, all right? And it can get a little bit isolating and lonely. And eventually I took a job that was not what I wanted. I left my $300,000 corporate law partner track fancy job. I got my degree from Northwestern cum laude. And I left that big job. It was my dream job. And I started my own business called Speak Your Way to Cash. And when I started my business, I had a mission to help diverse experts build 6- and 7-figure thought leadership businesses. So consulting businesses and professional services businesses. That's really who we work with. And this is who we serve. So very different from the picture you see before. You can see that I get to help a lot of my sisters and brothers out to do well in business now. I'm a business strategist and coach and an attorney. And so I bring all of that to the clients that we serve in the Speak Your Way to Cash family. Has anyone been to any of our business events, other events? Drop yes in the comments if you've been before. I want to see who we got in the room. So I told y'all I built this big business. My husband and I built a multi-million-dollar business over the last several years. And eventually I hit a place where I was a little bit burnt out, a lot of it burnt out in 2023. And I came home one day, y'all. I kid you not. I came home one day and just booked a trip to Ghana out the blue. I told my husband, hey, we're going. I told my team, hey, I'm leaving for 30 days. You all can hold it down. I will talk to you when I talk to you. Because I hit that point. Any entrepreneur or CEO ever been there where you're just like, yo, I need to get up out of here. Like, I gotta go. If I don't go, somebody else gonna go. Like, I gotta go, okay? Has anyone ever hit that point where you're like, I need a break? I need a relaxation. I just can't, I can't do people right now. I need to have time for myself to hear my own thoughts. I want to spend time with my man, my child, and that's in God. Okay. Those were the three. Those were the three that I was at. Someone's like, I'm there right now. And thankfully, because we'd worked so hard in business, we were able to, on the drop of a dime, book a trip. And that was my first time ever taking a sabbatical in 2023. And it revolutionized, changed my life, changed my business, changed my marriage, changed my relationship with my daughter for the better, because for the first time in my life, I learned how to rest. And if you know that you need that, comment rest. Okay? Comment rest. So I needed to take a break. My business still ran because I told y'all I'm a business coach. I know how to set up businesses. So I needed to rest. And in going to Ghana, I realized that my mission to help predominantly like Black experts to thrive and scale was a good mission. It was a needed mission. And even though I'd hit some snags and had some things happen to me, that didn't absolve me of fulfilling my purpose on this earth. So in rest, I got clear about how to grow my revenue, how to restore myself, and how to do a reset so that I could enjoy my life, my business, and everything else again. And I learned my history, so I stopped making excuses. So a little bit towards the end, I may show you guys a little bit of our Ghana documentary, but these are some of the trips of my family and I going to Ghana. And I'm so excited to share the trip details with you all today. If y'all are ready to see what we're gonna do in Ghana, drop ready in the comments. Drop ready in the comments. Okay, are y'all ready to see where we're gonna go? If you're ready, comment ready in the comments. I'm so excited about this. It's going to be such a good time. And let me just see. Let me see. Um, hmm. Okay. I don't know how that happened, but that's okay. All star. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. So, number one, day one, we're going to do our arrival in Ghana. This is a picture of my husband and I arriving in Ghana. Most of the places on this trip, you all, I have actually visited with my family. I wanted to make sure I went first, checked it out, saw it before bringing you all back with me. But day one, you're just going to arrive. When you get to the airport, you're not going to have to worry about transportation. Our team is going to pick you up, or Maximum Impact Travel, the team that we're partnering with to coordinate this event, is going to pick you up. We're going to have an arrival day and we're going to have a welcome dinner. Now, with this trip, your breakfast is included at the hotel on days 2 through whatever day you leave, but your lunch and dinner is on your own. And we did that because where are my picky eaters at? If you're a picky eater, comment me. We wanted to make sure you all were able to choose whatever you wanted and didn't have prefix set menus for a 10-day trip, which would have been awful. So I wouldn't have liked that. So we're just going to let you all handle your own lunch and dinners. You can choose whatever you want, but we will make recommendations about where to eat. And all of us are going to meet at the same restaurant on day one to do a kickoff welcome dinner. Someone says, I'm a chef. So I know you are a picky eater chef. Okay. So that's that. But the food in Ghana is absolutely incredible. And what we did to prepare for the trip that I recommend you all do, we started eating Ghanaian food from local Ghanaian restaurants about a week or two before so that our stomachs got used to the food. Okay. So that's what we did that helped us out. Then we're going to check into the 5-star Kempinski Hotel. It's in Gold Coast City, Accra. It is a secure property, an incredible property. It is 5-star all the way. Where are my 5-star travelers? Comment 5 in the chat. Now, I was asked when planning this trip and hosting this trip, hey, you could stay at this other hotel because maybe they could save a little bit of money and they could do this and they could do that. And I said, okay, baby, now that's fine when people travel on their own, but if they're coming with me on a vacation, it will be 5-star because I'm not going to take y'all nowhere I would not stay. And this is the hotel that I would stay at in Accra. This is the hotel I stay at every time I go. This is the hotel that when dignitaries come in, they stay at. This is the hotel that when presidents come in, they stay at. This is where your girls gonna stay. So this is where y'all gonna stay. It is 5-star, equivalent to my experiences staying at the Peninsula, the Four Seasons, the St. Regis. It is next level. And where my shoppers at? If you're a shopper, comment shopper. If you're a shopper, comment shopper. So for my shoppers, y'all know y'all not gonna do right by them bags you bring. So we ain't gonna pretend. Y'all gonna be real. Okay, who was that? Afia dropped shopping bags in the comments. She wanted me to know that not only is she a shopper, but she plans to have several bags. Now look, y'all ain't gonna do right. I'm not even gonna tell you to bring an extra suitcase because it ain't gonna be enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay at the 5-star hotel because this is what 5-star hotels do. You take all your stuff when you about to leave and you tell them, hey, UPS this to my house. And all the things that they shipped to me got right to my house when we stayed there. And this is the hotel we stayed at. Another thing I love about Kempinski, every morning you don't just get breakfast like a little eggs, a little omelet. No. You get a spread. It is a brunch buffet. They do made to order omelets when I was there. They did made to order pancakes and stuff. It is next level because a good breakfast is going to hold you. And we're doing traveling and everything else. We need a good breakfast. Okay. Someone says, sign me up. I'm sold off the UPS. Baby, one thing I know is luxury. Y'all heard me say I had a $300,000 job. I didn't wait till entrepreneurship to get drivers and luxury experiences. My day job provided that. So I just want to make sure we treat y'all like we treat ourselves. So then day 2, we're going to tour historic Ghana. We're going to tour historic Ghana. Gregory, give me a chance, brother. He's like, what is the cultural education benefits? We cannot just be focused on luxury travel. That's okay. Baby, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Day two, okay? Day two, touring historic Ghana. Here's what we're gonna do. Number one, we're gonna do a guided tour of the city. Here's a fun fact. Accra was made the capital of the British Gold Coast in 1877 and has since grown into a major African metropolis, blending colonial architecture with modern flair. Then we're gonna explore the local markets. One of the local markets, the Makola Market, is one of Accra's most iconic. It's bustling hub where you can buy everything from handmade fabrics to spices and practice your bargaining skills. Then we're going to do an authentic Ghanaian drumming lesson. Ghanaian drumming is not just music. One of the things we'll learn on one of our trips is that when there were times of war or when there was a tribe that was in danger, the drums actually spoke. It is literally the talking drum was traditionally used to send messages between villages, okay? Then we're going to go to the W.E.B. Du Bois Museum. Dubois chose to spend his final years in Ghana and became a Ghanaian citizen in 1961. The museum was actually where he lived. So we're going to go into his home. Do y'all hear me? And he chose to become a Ghanaian citizen at the invitation of President Kwame, who's one of the most iconic presidents in Ghana. And if any of you all, how many of you all are experts in your field? Comment expert. We work with thousands of experts, thousands of thought leaders. There is no thought leader, right, that should not know everything they can about W.E.B. Du Bois. If you are an expert, you must go on this trip. It is literally tailored for experts, entrepreneurs, and their families. My 5-year-old daughter will be joining us. She joined us on our first trip. She's coming back with us. Ghana is one of those places where they love family, they love children, they love kids. Kids can go everywhere. Everywhere that you all see, you can bring your children, okay? Day two, we're going to go to the Kwame, I'm going to mess this name up, Nkrumah Memorial Museum. This museum is located on the very spot where Ghana declared independence from Britain on March 6, 1957. Then we're going to go to Black Star Square. Now, I'm saying then, but this is what we're going to do on that day. The exact order of that day will be determined by our tour guides, okay? This is one of the largest city squares in the world and hosts Ghana's annual Independence Day parade. Then we're going to see the Independence Arch. This black star atop the arch symbolizes African freedom and unity, and it's featured prominently on Ghana's national flag, okay? That's just day two. Did y'all hear that? Who's excited about day two? Let me see some twos in the chat. So on day two, so you don't got to worry. You don't have to worry. On day one, we're going to get into our luxury hotel. On day two, we are outside learning about history and culture and all the reasons why you experience it. But we're going to take it up a notch on day three. And I want you all to pay attention to what I'm saying we're going to do each day, because I'm going to ask you all at the end, what's your favorite day? I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite day, you guys? All right. So Kumasi is where we're going on day three. So we're going to take a bus to Kumasi. It's a cultural sojourn. It is an incredible place. And we got the most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful shea butter there. And we got our African names. You'll see my husband and I dressed in traditional garb. They dress you for the ceremony. Oh, you're from Kumasi. Incredible. That's my daughter right there playing with some of the kids that were outside. Incredible relationships for her. She had such a good time. That's my daughter again. So on day three, we're going to visit a traditional Adinkra village. The intricate Adinkra symbols you'll see aren't just decorative, they're proverbs in visual form. Each one carries a deep philosophical meaning tied to wisdom, unity, or courage. Kente weaving, also a part of the visit, was traditionally worn by royalty and remains a symbol of pride and identity. One of the things you'll see is them actually making the cloth, okay? That's one of the things that you all will see. Then we're going to go through, and this is a picture of our trip. So that was, we were actually able to see some of the weaving processes, okay? Now, guided tour of the Manhaya Palace Museum. This was the seat of power for the Ashanti people, and this is where the Ashanti king lives. So we'll actually be going into the palace. The museum displays royal regalia and chronicles adventures of the Ashanti resistance, leadership, and resilience, including pivotal clashes with colonial forces. One of the things that we learned about, or one of the women that we learned about, was Ya Asawantewa. Hopefully I'm saying that right. One of the things that I loved about her, she was the Queen Mother, and she led a rebellion against British colonists in the 1900s during the War of the Golden Stool. She's one of Africa's greatest heroines. Where are my ladies at? Where are my ladies at? Where are my ladies at? Okay. Where are my ladies at? Like, she is a hero, and we need to know our history. It's actually a picture of her there. So you're going to learn all about that, and then we'll cap it off with a naming ceremony. Okay, Ashanti names reflect not just their date of birth, but also spiritual traits. During the moving ritual, elders will give you a soul name and a spirit name, believed to connect you with your destiny and cultural ancestry. My daughter's name actually meant warrior. My name actually meant hope. And so it was really incredible to see not only the names, but the meanings of the name. Okay. So we're going to learn a little bit about women's history. Day 4, for all of my entrepreneurs, we're working on collaborating with a Ghanaian company to explore Ghanaian company culture and to see how we can do business with companies in Ghana as companies in the United States. Is that just incredible? Is that amazing on day 4? Like, this is what no other trip has that goes to Ghana. This is actually for entrepreneurs, like learning about the business landscape in Ghana, visiting a Ghanaian company. We'll be announcing the Ghanaian company soon. I cannot wait that we're working on that. Then on day 5, and notice on day 4, we're just visiting the companies. This is also great for people who are like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to visit the company. I'm not really an entrepreneur. I'm just kind of here to see the cultural history. Okay, great. So then you get a free day because this trip goes fast. But I wanted to make sure that we had a day to actually learn how to do some business in Ghana. Is that okay? Then on day 5, we're going to go to Cape Coast and Kakum Canopy Park. So Cape Coast is one of the areas where you heard about maybe the dungeon or the door of no return or bathing in the Slave River. And so I wanted to make sure that you all learned about that as well. And I actually took some notes on this because I wanted to make sure that we shared a bit of the history with you all about what we're going to see. One of the things that I know is that when you go and see these caves, it can be a really heavy experience because thousands were actually imprisoned in total darkness. So the dungeons, especially the male cells, which are very small, held up to 200 people in a single chamber, often for months with no light, ventilation, toilets, or space to lie down. So this is the day where you actually get to learn more about the history. The floors were actually soaked with human waste and blood. You'll actually see remnants of that going into the caves. It is a intense day. But it's one of those days where it's like you get to appreciate what we have now and you get to appreciate what our ancestors went through for us. And you go through the door of no return. So you actually see in this second picture here, my family and I are standing right in front of that door, and enslaved Africans were forced through this tiny door straight onto ships, never to return home. Ironically, the same door now has a door of return plaque on the other side, symbolizing when African Americans get to come home. Okay. Okay, do you all see that? Do you all see that? Do you all see how beautiful that is? That it was the door of no return. Now it's the door we go through, and it's the door of return. And so we end it on a positive note. Okay. All right. And you'll get to learn a little bit about church history and how church history was used inappropriately. And you'll see some grave sites for some heroes of that time as well. And you'll learn about the history from folks who are there. I know it can be heavy. I know it can be a lot, but I'm telling you guys, if when you go there and you stand in those dungeons and you recognize that you are the descendants of people who overcame something like that, it allows you to ditch excuses for the rest of your life. And how many of you know that you need to go somewhere and feel something that reminds you that no matter what I'm going through now, I'm ready to ditch excuses? If that's you, comment ditch in the comments. Like, some of us need to be reminded that yes, what's going on in Washington is going on in Washington. Yes, times are different. Yes, things are going differently. But if you stand in that dungeon and you think about what our ancestors overcame and you come back and you still don't grow your business, you still don't love on your family, you still don't stop making excuses, you still don't lose the weight you're supposed to leave behind, you still don't write the book you're supposed to write, you still don't help the people you're supposed to help, then you weren't in the right dungeon with us. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want this trip just to be a luxury vacation. I'm saying I want experts and entrepreneurs and leaders to come on this trip and get radically transformed for life. How many of you all need that? Be real with yourself. If you're ready to leave every excuse in the Slave River, the river that our ancestors bathed in, that was their last chance to bathe before they were shipped off, or walked, really, because they walked like hours and days before they were actually put on that ship in some instances. So if you stand in that river and you bathe, you come out anew. You are literally going to be able to baptize yourself in the struggle of our ancestors. And you're going to get up out of that water and you're never going to make an excuse again. You're never going to complain about money again. You're never going to complain about first world problems again. You're never going to say what you can't do again. You're never going to say what you cannot achieve again. You're not going to make money an idol for you. You're not going to, oh, I can't make $1 million. Oh, this is a lot of money. You're going to ditch lack in the river. You're going to leave excuses in the dungeon. And you're going to walk on what felt like it was walking on you. That's why we're going to Ghana. I don't know what other trips do. I don't know what other people come for. Some of you all are just meeting me for the first time. I am not here to motivate people. I am called on this earth to activate my people. And to be clear, I am quite busy. So only it could be God that would even have me organize a trip like this, because this isn't even my core business. I told y'all I run a whole multi-million-dollar business that don't got nothing to do with travel. But when I went to Ghana and my life changed, and then I came back and I worked with Black entrepreneurs and I heard all the excuses they were making, I was like, how can they make all these excuses if they know their history? How can they say that money is too big for them if they know their history? How can they say something is too expensive if they saw that our ancestors, literally, there were people like Ida B. Wells who were born a slave and then started a whole media company? How could they say that? The first Black man millionaire, born a slave, literally made $1 million in the 1800s. How could we say that? How can we say what we can't do and what we can't figure out and can't? It's not even in our culture to say can't. We are a culture of can. We are a culture of greatness. And when you are in the Ashanti Kingdom, I'm going to just tell y'all this, because I don't think I brought this part up. When you get your African name and you walk on the ground in Kumasi, you are walking on gold. Do you all hear me? There are some places in Ghana where they did not allow the government to dig. So on some of the trips that we're going on, you will literally be walking on gold. Do you hear me on this? So this trip will activate a you that you haven't met yet. Do you understand? It will activate an abundance in you that you have not felt yet. And there are many of us that need this, the same way we need water and we need air. So when you pay your deposit to go to Ghana with us, you are putting a deposit on your legacy in the future. You are not putting your deposit down on a trip. Is that okay? Is that too tough too soon? Or that's all right? Okay, is that all right? Then after all that, we're gonna go to Kakum Canopy Park, and you're gonna see unmatched views of West Africa. This park was built in a collaboration with, I believe, the Canadians, different parts of Ghana. What we learned while we were there were some parts where they partnered with the Chinese to build out a certain particular infrastructure, and other countries have invested in Ghana because they understand the capacity and the beauty of the land. And so you're gonna get to go and see something incredible. And when you're up there, you are literally gonna see unmatched views of West Africa, which is amazing. Yeah, someone said, "Ooh, that's a little bit scary. I don't know if I could do that." So as you all see on many of these places, it gives you the dates of when we're going to go there. So we're going to go here Tuesday, January 13th. So the trip itself, I believe, is from drop the dates of the trip in the chat. They'll drop it in the chat. So I give you the full dates. And then on day 6, we're gonna have a vibe. Now I told y'all day 5, we gonna go back. We're gonna come out anew. And then on day 6, something incredible is gonna happen. We're hosting an event in Ghana. It's called Speak Your Way to Cash Live Ghana Edition. These are some of our images from last time. We had 350 Ghanaian entrepreneurs show up. So when you go with us, we're gonna literally have the biggest networking event, one of the biggest networking events that Ghana has ever seen. And you are going to get a ticket to attend. And you're going to get to network, which is amazing. Okay? And so this event is outstanding. I want to show you guys a clip of this event. And some of the people going are actually going to be able to speak at the event. So there's that. How many of you all are speakers? So we'll have a call to speakers application and you can apply to speak. I don't know how many spots we have left because a lot of people who've already booked their tickets for the trip have already applied. It's first come, first serve. And I'm pretty sure we're going to sell out this trip today. So check this out. This is our last Ghana webinar. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna go next week. I'm gonna book my deposit next time. This is your shot, all right?
Oh my goodness, it was amazing.
So spectacular, so educational.
It was a very informative session.
It's going to help me to skyrocket my business.
Whoever couldn't make it missed a lot.
It was like a mind-blowing thing for me. We're hosting an event. It's called Speak Your Way to Millions Ghana Edition, Ashley's Accra Meetup. And this started, it was just gonna be like 2 or 3 people meeting up. I put it on Instagram and within minutes, we had so many people registered. I think we had maybe 500 people the first night. 1,500 registrants later, we are doing an event with hundreds of entrepreneurs. We're in a new country, but this is now a part of our history, a part of our community. We had an event planner reach out, MCs reach out, live performers reach out. So we'll see. And I think I've gotten 3 cakes so far. It's 4 o'clock. I think by the end of the night, I'll be at about 6 birthday cakes. We had several bakers want to come and bring me gifts. We've had designers come and give us clothes. It's just been amazing, the outpouring of love, and I can't wait to see how our first event goes. I don't know if I'm walking into 5 people or 500. Either way, I'm gonna be grateful and it's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Everybody singing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Everybody singing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Make me sing, oh. Oh yeah. I say let me sing, oh. Oh yeah. My win me 10 years, me wank way back. My flop it, this be my payback. My enemies see for they God, men care so I don't want to disobey God. No. My try some of them me to prison. Wabra mo any particular reason. Mo dream me home, me need to go for your meeting. Fatu assume I don't wanna be repeating. Nyame na ebo me ho ban ti mo nye foko. Money no be problem. Ya no ni me moto to any hwe me ho na mani. Ni me shot to me mo ninja watch na me don't say wo pe mo anyo me nyina edi. Na nyame ni awaka no na bebe mo. So my body don't lose God, can't walk home after yeah. Everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Make me sing, oh, oh yeah. I say let me sing, oh, oh yeah. Hey. Street beat, what else? Go.
Guys, this is gonna be incredible. Who's excited for the event? What's going on, Ghana? Oh my gosh, we had such a good time. And then on day 7, this is our shopping day. So for all of you that have a shopping spirit, you love to shop, this is your day. This is your time, sisters and brothers. How many of you are going to bring your daughter or you're going to bring a kid on the trip? If you're bringing your kid, drop kid in the comments. Here we go. Oh, that's a good thing. I would like to bring my parents. Is it extensive walking? For us, it was not at all. Because we went when our daughter was just 3. We wanted to make sure it was not. The only thing will be like the canopy day and maybe Shy Hills. There'll be a little bit of walking, but you definitely want to make sure that that you can email the travel company about that and say, hey, how much walking is it? Is there places for me to rest or a restaurant where I can sit if I need a break? Definitely cool. Okay. So you're going to enjoy the markets. If you see here, my daughter we taught her a lot about money and negotiation while she was in Ghana last time. She's coming back. So she's negotiating with the vendor in the bottom right-hand corner. You see us with an image right there of Africa that is now on our wall. We literally got almost all of the artwork in our home from Ghana. So if you are someone who's like, I want some art, any art fans, the art is incredible in Ghana. It is incredible. This is where you want to get it from. And ladies, the jewelry. The jewelry is amazing. Okay. Do you help with roommate matching? So there's other people who are going solo. So I would say if you're going solo and you want a roommate, comment solo. And I would recommend you all like DM each other on this call and say, hey, would you be open to being my roommate? Here's my information, etc. So we see all the solos there. Also, we are going to have, I don't know if it's up yet, but we will have a Facebook group for everyone going to Ghana. That's another place where you can match with a roommate. All right. Then we're going to go to the Shy Hill Reserves. A fun fact about the Shy Hill Reserves, it's home to over 150 different species of birds, beautiful sightseeing, not incredibly laborious, but it's great sightseeing. There is a hill that you can walk up, see incredible views and walk back down. One of my friends does trips to Ghana all the time. And she said she had people up to 80 years old going up the hill. So use your judgment, but there you go. Like we'll have that. And then you have your departure day. So it's a really good chill day before you have to depart. So for some of you, you may go back to the markets. You may want to go see something again. We went to W.E.B. Du Bois' house a couple of times. I got my nails done while I was in Ghana. I relaxed because this is also sabbatical and vacation. So there's that. And then we have a departure day. You will book your own flight into Ghana, so you can choose when you arrive. A lot of you may want to come early and stay an extra day or stay later. You can do that by booking your own flights. We don't control that at all, but all of the excursions that you saw were also included. So what all will you get? So you're going to get luxury 5-star accommodations at Kempinski. If you just book this hotel on your own for 8 days, it's $4,500. You're going to get gourmet personalized breakfast spread that's included in your hotel stay. It's included in your package with us when you stay in the hotel. You're going to get global corporate insider access, learning international business on that business excursion. If you were to hire a consultant and be like, hey, take me over to Ghana, show me everything about the business, hand me your relationships, you may pay upwards of $10,000 on your own just for that. You're getting VIP tickets to Speak Your Way to Cash Live Ghana with world-class business education. So for those of you, how many of you are looking to scale your business? Comment scale. You'll be able to go to that event. You'll learn business scaling opportunities. So not much work at the trip, but a little bit. And how many of you all know that when you're going to Ghana for vacation, not a write-off? But what my accountant told me is when you're going to Ghana for a business conference, for a business event, now we're in write-off territory. Okay, any accountants on the line? What say you? What say you, accountants? Do you all think, what do you think about that advice? Okay, Paula says, yes, ma'am. We may have an accountant on the line. So that's why we baked that in, because so many of you are business owners. Then you're going to get comfortable transportation to and from every excursion. You won't have to worry about finding a cab, booking a taxi, booking a car, none of that. You're going to explore the incredible bustling markets, which is priceless. You're going to get authentic Ghanaian drumming session, which is priceless. You're going to the W.E.B. Du Bois Mausoleum, which is also his home. It's also the site of where he is buried. So you'll get to visit his gravesite as well, which is there. You'll do a tour of the Memorial Museum. You'll learn about President Kwame. You'll stop at the Black Star Lounge that has that beautiful black star on top of it that symbolizes Ghana's independence. You'll go to an iconic Independence Arch and get to take pictures with that. You'll do a visit to the traditional Adinkra village. You'll get a tour of a local cocoa farm. We didn't even mention that, but the cocoa we got from there, oh my goodness. All of the cocoa products, I wish I had a whole bus to bring them all back. You'll participate in your very own Asante naming ceremony. You'll get a certificate with your new name on it, and we got stools. So I'll check with the travel company to make sure you all will get that as well. But we got a little certificate and stools, which you all saw. And all activities, locations, and experiences are subject to change, but this is our agenda. So when we went, we did the same agenda, nothing changed. But that's that. If you were to do all of this independently, the total value will be way over $31,000. When we went on our sabbatical, we spent $65,000 for a family of 3 to go on sabbatical. Now, I think we can do you all one better than that. So now we're going to talk about the pricing. So everyone get your pens out, your papers out, do whatever you got to do. Text your friend, your cousin, your mom and them, everybody you want to come with you. We're going to talk about pricing. We're also going to include your travel to Kumasi, but it won't be a flight. So what we're going to do, because it's a lot of us and it's going to be a very small and bumpy plane, we're going to include your travel. So the travel will typically either be in a large coach bus or a van, which is pretty comfortable. But we're going to include your travel to Kumasi. We're staying in Accra every night. We're staying in Accra every night, okay? And what we're going to do, when you look at the historical landmarks, such as the Cape Coast Castle and all of that, you're going to get the Cancun Canopy Park, you're going to get Ghanaian shopping, you're going to get all of that, and the total value is well over $31,000. So what will it cost? This trip easily runs for $10,000 per person. Remember, it is a luxury trip to Ghana, meaning your accommodations are luxurious within themselves. If you just book the hotel with no excursions, no live event, no visit to the corporation, no networking with other high-level entrepreneurs in our community, typically people in our community are doing business together. You're staying at Kempinski Hotel. It is, I'm pretty sure it's the nicest hotel in Accra. Okay, because I looked up nicest hotel in Accra, and that's where I stayed, and that's what came up. Now, we're going to be able to give you a good rate. Now, if you want a better rate than 10,000, comment better in the comments, because we're going to do something special for those of you who are on here right now. Are you ready? Better, yes. Who's that laughing? Pamela, she's like, LOL. Y'all will get to know me, but I am bougie. I love history. I love experiences, but mama gonna need a nice place to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. We're going to do better than that. I'm seeing better. So what will you invest today? So you can secure your spot on this trip for just a deposit of $199. And if you're doing single occupancy, meaning you have your own luxurious hotel room in Kempinski, you're looking at $68.75. Now, here's what I want to tell you guys first, because we're going to talk about payment options in a minute. Because how many of you all know you need this trip? Comment need. Comment need, okay? Comment need, all right? So here's what we're going to do. This is if you want your own space. And some of y'all need your own space to process and all of that. That's fine. Single occupancy is what you need. Double occupancy takes a little bit off the trip. It's $61.75. Now, when we open our Ghanaian Facebook group, join right away, make a post and say, hey, does anyone want to room with me? And then email you and that person, email our travel guide and say, hey, link it together. Okay. So $61.75 per person or $68.75 per person. So if you notice, it's only a like $700 difference to stay on your own. How many entrepreneurs I got on the line who can make an extra $1,000 this month and handle that difference? If that's you, comment me in the comments. Like, we're not going to worry about $700 for a life-changing experience. Then for your children, now we're one of the only companies that do this. I keep saying we, I feel like I work for the travel company now, but we're one of the only companies that do this. I'm the host of the trip. Your children ages 5 to 11 get to come for a discount. I talked to my girlfriend who owns a travel company, and she told me she charges the same price for the kids as for the adults. Now, after 11, y'all know your kids eat like adults. So after 11, they have to pay the full rate. After 11, they have to pay the full rate. But we're going to give your kids half off. Now, one of the things that I loved, and I'm so glad that he did this for us, because I bring my daughter everywhere. Okay. And so I love that he made it so it's affordable for kids to go. That's a great question. What about the kids who are under 5? Kids under 5, all they ask is for you to pay a transportation fee for them of $675. Now, if y'all would have joined earlier, you would have got a different deal. But at this point, because y'all joined a little bit late on the trip, just a travel fee of $675. Is that not good? So under 5, your babies can experience all of the things that we're talking about for under $675. Okay. Then there's that. But you can put this on a payment plan too. And let me change this because they did tell me it's a travel fee of $675. All right. So we're going to change this just because I know how folks are. They be like, it said it on the slides. We're going to change it right now. Y'all see me changing it? If y'all see it, say, we see you. Okay. Children under 5, it's just a travel fee of $675. Okay. All right. Now here's what you're going to do. When you book yourself on the website, I'm going to show you all how to do that. You're not going to pay this travel fee for your kids. You're just going to email them and say, hey, I have a kid coming under 5. Ashley says there's a travel fee. Can we just book this? All right. But you can put this on a payment plan too. And we do have bonuses for those that pay their deposit by midnight, delivered in 90 days. And I'm going to show you guys the payment plans in a little bit. But you can also use Afterpay, Klarna, and Affirm, and all that fun stuff if you pay in full. If you pay in full, you can use Afterpay, Klarna, and Affirm. Now, we're going to give you bonuses for those that pay. The bonuses are going to be delivered in 90 days. Somebody drop 90 in the chat. 90 days before the trip, you're going to start getting stuff from us. Stuff like training within that time. You're going to start getting book lists. You're going to start getting extra events. You're going to start getting things from us to prepare you for the trip. We're in the 90-day stretch. Now, I had someone. Now, y'all know how we could be. We could be tough on each other. Do y'all know I had someone email me last week, and the sister was like, she had just made a video about how much she loved me online. It was great. And she emailed last week and she was like, I didn't get all of my bonuses right away after I paid my $199 deposit. You are a scammer, ma'am. I said, baby, I don't know who you talking to. I don't know who you talking about. But baby, you can't go with me. Now let me say something because y'all just meeting me. I am a Christian, but don't push me. Y'all know that song, Try Jesus, Not Me. I run a tight ship. Okay. And so that young lady, unfortunately, will not be joining us. Y'all, you're going to get your bonus within 90 days. Drop 90 in the chat one more time so we're all clear. That's that. Why do you get them within 90 days? Because y'all got lives. This trip is for people who are busy, who have businesses, who have lives, who have things to do, who are investing in their family's future. We're not bombarding you with things now. We are going to open up the Facebook group. We're going to open up that Facebook group so you can do some matching and find your partner. But yeah, you're going to get your bonuses in 90 days. And here's what you're going to get. One, you're going to get Aquaba Essentials, your guide to Ghanaian culture and customs. This is where the travel company is going to train you on how best to get the experiences of Ghana. They're going to teach you about Ghanaian culture, what you need to know, and they're going to totally prepare you. You're going to get bonus 2, which is a Roots and Riches reading kit. It's a stack of about 8 to 10 books that I recommend. How many of y'all want to read about where we're going before we get there? If you're a reader, comment read. No, Facebook is not required. If you're a reader, comment read. Okay, awesome. So I've put together 7 or 8 books that I recommend that you read with links to those books beforehand so you can get the most out of the experience, right? And so we put together this beautiful reading list. I'm going to send it out to you guys 90 days before. That may come earlier. And we're doing 2 things to build community that I haven't mentioned, and everyone is going to get this. The community element 1, we're going to have a Facebook group just for the Ghana trip. Community element 2, we're going to have I think we're going to have a group me thing. So we'll have one of those, either a group me text group, or we'll have the Facebook group. So we're working out with our team. Yes, the pricing does not include the cost of your flight. You get to choose when you come in, when you come out, if you want to tack on South Africa, if you want to tack on Nigeria. Bonus number 3, this is something I'm doing particularly for the business owners that are going. I'm going to give you guys the Sabbatical CEO. It's a business prep mini course. It's a short course that will actually allow you, to plan to be away from your business without your business not generating any money. How many of you all need that? Because you're like, I want to go on vacation, but I don't want my money to stop. So this course is going to show you guys what we do to plan for sabbatical, what tools we use to schedule all our posts, what we tell our team to do while we're away, how do we do outreach, etc. Yes, 100 is our limit. That's our limit. And then here's the other thing. Bonus number 4. For those of you that join today by midnight, I'm going to give you a general pass to Speak Your Way to Cash Live. I'm going to give you a general pass to Speak Your Way to Cash Live. It's our live event that's happening in Atlanta, Georgia in October. So in October at my live event, Speak Your Way to Cash Live, we're going to actually have a meetup. So people who are going to Ghana can all meet up and get to know each other beforehand. So that's in the US. So you all are going to get tickets to that. All right. Now, for those of you who don't know what Speak Your Way to Cash Live is, hang out and I'm going to show you a recap of that event after this. But let's check out how you actually are going to get your ticket, how you're going to pay your deposit, when your payments are going to start. Let's go right there. And while we do that, you guys, we're going to launch a poll. We have 50 seats left to this trip. That's not a fake number. That's our real number. So go ahead and comment on the polls. I want 80% of you all to participate in the poll. You should be seeing a poll pop up right now. Go ahead and comment on that poll if you want to go, and we'll see how fast the trip will sell out so that you all can get an idea of when you need to book your deposit. For most of you, it'll be tonight. The deposit is only $199. That secures your spot. It ensures the trip does not sell out, okay? So right now, we're already over 50 people who are going to the trip, who want to go to the trip, who are excited about going to the trip. Some of y'all already paid your deposit. You're just so excited you came back, which is cool. This is the link to actually pay your deposit. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Team, drop this in the chat. Do I need shots? And we are going to do a full Q&A after this. So go ahead and raise your hand. You're going to click here to pay this $199 deposit. This is the page that you're going to see. So you're going to go to this page, and then you're going to go to this page. And if you scroll down, you're going to choose what you want. Now, remember, we talked about double occupancy, single occupancy. If you don't have a roommate yet, you could do one of 2 things. You could say, hey, I'm just going to book single occupancy. And if I have a roommate, see if we could switch. That's the safest thing to do. Or you could do double occupancy. And if you're positive you're going to get your roommate, then go from there and give them the roommate's name. All right. Now, here we go. You'll see the full itinerary here again. So you can look at that. And when you go here to book now for single occupancy, you're going to click on that. You're going to put the number of travelers. So if it's you and your husband, you'll put 2. If it's just you, you'll put 1. Now, for those of you traveling with kids, you're going to go through this process twice. Once for all of the adults on the trip and once for all the children 5 to 11. If they're under 5, you're going to email and say, hey, my daughter's going to be joining us or my son's going to be joining us. They're 4 years old or they're 3 years old. And what is their age going to be at the time of the trip? That's what you're going to use. And they're going to give you those details. Okay. Then you're going to press continue. If you want to use Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, any of that, how many of you all have Klarna? Comment Klarna. You need to choose the pay in full option, and then you need to go continue to check out, okay? Once you do that, it's going to ask you to sign in, and after that, it'll take you through the process to choose if you want to do Klarna, Affirm, etc. If you're not approved for that, and you're like, I just want to pay it out, I don't want to do Klarna and Affirm, they're going to, whatever, that's fine. Then what you're going to do is go here, you're going to click the number of travelers, and then you're just going to select pay in installments, and you're going to pay your deposit, your initial deposit is $199. The date of your first payment is August 1st. The day of your last payment is December 1st when you book today. Is that clear, you guys? So you pay your deposit, you pay your installment, and 90 days before that, you're going to see your bonuses start coming through for those who join today. For those who join when, somebody comment today in the comment. Now, here's the other thing. I'm looking at who says they're coming, who says they're going, who's paying their deposit. Over 107 of you, and I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to show you guys this. Some of you all did not do the poll, and only 50% of you did the poll. So I know there's more on here. I'm going to end this poll, and I'm going to show you guys this right now. So check this out. I'm sharing the results of this poll. What does it say? The poll tells us that there are 107 of you on this call right now that want to go on this trip. How many seats did I say we have left? How many seats did I say you have left? We have 50 seats left. So what does that mean? If you want to go on this trip, and I don't know if or when I'm ever going to do another trip. So if you all want to go on this trip, you pay your deposit now. Your deposit is $199. It is non-refundable, and you set up your payments. If you know you're going, pay in full, use Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, whatever you need to do, and get on this life-changing trip. Now, check this out, y'all. I have some really cool stuff to show you, so don't leave yet because I'm going to answer most of your questions right now on this. Are y'all, if you're excited, comment excited. Now, here's what I want to challenge y'all to do. Remember the feeling you felt when I talked about the transformation you're going to get in the cave. Remember that feeling y'all felt? Y'all remember that feeling? I'm going to challenge every single person who needs this trip to go and pay your deposit at minimum, come back and comment done. Go and pay your deposit at minimum, come back and comment done. We're flying into Accra. Okay? So you can start with a deposit for just $199 and you can join here. So go and pay your deposit, y'all. You all see the numbers. I shared the results of the poll with you all. You all see that 107 of you right now want to go on this trip, said they're paying their deposit by 54 said they're paying their deposit by midnight tonight. 53 said they're going to pay their deposit by tomorrow at midnight, and it may be too late. Because one thing I talked to the company, I was like, I'm capping it at 100. That just seems like a big group for our first time doing this. So commonly asked questions. The team has dropped the dates in the chat. It's January 9th to January 17th, 2026. You'll finalize your payment in December. Yep, you're going to go. Thank you, Pamela. Come on, community. So do I need a passport and visa? Yes, you need a valid passport and a visa. Now, Ghana does allow visa on arrival, so you may not need to apply in advance as of now. But if anything changes, our team will walk you through the process. But I'd recommend, if you want, apply for the visa in advance. And honestly, y'all, you can use ChatGPT on how to do that. We did get our visa already. Reginald says, if it's full already, I'm still going. That's interesting. Well, good for you. Now, I will say this, because people have asked me, like, oh, well, can I just come to the excursions? Can I just come to the event? Can I just come to this? You cannot come on this particular trip without going through our company, because our company has tailored this event, the Ghana experience, the networking, the entrepreneurialism, and myself and my event. It is not open to the general public. So if you want to go with this itinerary and learn what we're going to be learning and do it the way we're going to do it, you absolutely have to be on our trip. You can't just pop up like, oh, I'm here at the Kimsby Park. Child, you got to make your disclaimers. What vaccines are required? The only required vaccine is yellow fever. I know y'all heard you got to get all these shots and do all this stuff. It's not true. Yellow fever is required. Malaria pills are recommended, but not required. You do not need 10 plus shots or anything extreme. Is airfare included? No, airfare is not included, but we can connect you with a recommended travel agent to help with flights. What I do when I'm booking flights is I go on Skyscanner, incognito mode on my computer, and I look at the flights at that time to book my flights. I actually need to book my flights for this. Are kids allowed? Yes, kids are absolutely allowed. It's family friendly, and children under 5. Children under 5 actually just have that travel fee, and it's just $675 for their entire experience. They're going to stay in your hotel room, of course, but it's just that. And then 5 to 11 receive that discount that we talked about, and you'll note their age during booking. And what if I have a baby or toddler? It's totally fine. Bring a baby carrier or study stroller. Now, if you all have questions, if you click on that More tab at the bottom of the Zoom link and go to Q&A, you can drop your questions in that chat and I'll be able to answer your questions. My team is in the comments answering questions, but if you want me to answer something specifically, drop it in the Q&A chat and we'll make sure that we answer your questions. Okay? How do I book for a family with kids? You're going to make sure that you You're going to make sure that you go through it twice, and you can bring a stroller. I recommend the yo-yo. Book each adult unit under double occupancy. So you and your husband will be double occupancy. Kids age 5 to 11 will get the child rate. And then kids under 5 are just that travel fee that we talked about. I think it's $675. It's like not much. It's just for them to have transportation and all of that. For the visa, is it a tourist visa? That's a really good question. If you email us that question, we'll get you the best answer. Okay. Is there a full itinerary? Every day has scheduled activities, including a welcome dinner, city tour, cultural exploration. There's also some free time to relax and explore. What's included in your investment? So 7 nights at this 5-star Kempinski Hotel, daily gourmet breakfast, all scheduled tourist attractions that are on the agenda, ground transportation, airport pickups and drop-offs, full access to Speaker Rated Cash Live Ghana, all pre-event bonuses, cultural prep, the sabbatical business training and speaker access. Oh, that's the thing. We're almost filled with our speakers. If you want to apply to speak, please let us, you need to book your deposits today and let us know. We're going to send out that link again to everyone who registers tonight. We'll probably send out that link again on Monday because it's a lag time between when you all book and the travel agency actually gives us who booked. You'll get curated lunch experiences. Lunch is your financial responsibility, but we will take you to the places if we're out. So it's not going to be like, hey, we're in the middle of Kumasi, go find some place to eat. A handpicked list of dinner spots loved by locals and previous guests. My favorite restaurant is Boca. On the ground concierge style support throughout the trip. They told me that one of our tour guides is Uncle Morris, who was actually my tour guide when I was there, and more. Your international airfare lunch and dinners are on your own, and it gives you the freedom to choose what you want to eat and how you want to eat. Can I upgrade to a suite? How many of you all are like, I don't want a regular room, I want a suite? You can email the travel company. Yes, there's airport pickup. You can email travel company. It's ACC Sierra, I believe it is. Okay, yes, there's not another time that I'm doing this trip. As of right now, I don't see another time where I'm doing this trip. The suites at the Kempinski include, some of the suites at the hotel include lounge access. So book your standard package and then email our team about what it takes to upgrade. We'll get you that email. How much extra money should I bring? Our travel guy recommends $300 to $500 minimum for meals and souvenirs. Most spend more, especially on art, jewelry, shea butter, local fashion. So it depends on if you're trying to shop or not. But to get food, like $300 to $500 is good. Okay. Can I upgrade to a suite? We talked about that. Yes, you can. If there is availability at the hotel, you want to email them right away about that. There is a pool in the hotel. Beaches are nearby, but it can vary in quality. And what if I want to extend my trip? Feel free to extend your trip because you book your own flight. You will have to book your own hotel accommodations or maybe extend it with the hotel itself or book with the hotel directly. Is this a business trip? Can I write it off? If you're speaking or attending Speaker Rated Cash Live or business development opportunities, that qualifies, at least from my accountant, as a business expense. So check with your accountant. How do I get from the airport to the hotel? We will pick you up. You do not have to worry about that. How long is the flight? From New York, it's about 10 to 11 hours. Overnight flights are available, so you could sleep on the plane. Many parents recommend this option for kids. What if I don't know how many family members are joining yet? Book your spot now with the $199 deposit. You can add them if space permits. Email us to update your reservation when you know the final head count. Let's check this out. So one of the things that I want to say to you guys is this, and I see a couple questions in the chat. I'm going to go there and see if we've answered them. Okay. All right. So a lot of those questions look like they're answered. So check out this Ghana trip, this Ghana documentary. If you paid your deposit already, comment done. I want to see how many of you guys have already paid your deposit. I'm very excited about this trip. It's going to be great. This should sell out today. It looks like it's going to sell out today. The last trip almost sold it out today, so I don't see why not. So I'm going to go ahead and ask, have you paid your deposit? Team, drop the link for them to pay their deposit, please, so that we can have that. We're going to check this out, and then I'm going to share more about our trip. And if you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. Raise your hand, and I'll get to you. Okay, raise your hand and I'll get to you and I'll show you guys a little bit about our Ghana experience. Only 7-minute video, not long. And what we'll do, you guys, is we'll go from there. So if you have not paid your deposit yet, let me know. If you paid your deposit yet, okay, it looks like 13, 15. Okay, 24 people have already paid their deposit. 28. We're at 30 who've already paid their deposit. The $199 deposit has been paid. Okay. So here's the thing. You all want to pay that deposit now before the trip sells out. Check out this documentary. I'm going to show you some more about our trip and answer some questions you all have. Drop them in the chat.
This is like even better than what we expected. It's just incredible being here. And everyone keeps saying, welcome home, welcome home. It definitely feels like home for sure. It's hot. It's hot. This sun is serious, but it's a good breeze too.
Yeah, this is a breeze.
It's a good breeze. One of the things that I'm excited about doing is just thinking of creative ways to better serve my community by getting more connected with who I am as a person, who I am as a Black woman, who I am as a woman from the African diaspora. Like, what does that really mean? Because my mission, the mission of our company, Speak Your Way to Cash, is to help Black entrepreneurs land large contracts and scale their companies to millions of dollars. And the only way that we can stay connected with that mission is to understand all of the elements of trauma, triumph, royalty, and the like that we are dealing with in serving our community. So we're looking to increase our level of empathy by being in Ghana. We're looking to increase our clarity and get reconnected to who we are and to come back home.
Me, I just want to see my people getting big out. I swear down, make embassy no deny my people visa out. And no be Taliban, no be Al-Qaeda, and they do nothing tend to permanently leave town. Stand with my feet down, me I be leader. So me and you like different caliber.
We were like, we want to keep seeing the world. We have to go see West Africa, specifically Ghana. My dad has been here, and my dad had told me he loved it, and he stayed here, and he's had an incredible time. So I was like, all right, cool. And then we may take a couple business owners here. We serve Black people in our day-to-day job, and it can be challenging. So I needed to come here to understand more about the history, because the people that we serve, if they knew more about their history, they would operate differently in their day-to-day lives and in their businesses. And if I knew more about our history, I could have more empathy for the people that God has called me to serve. And that level of empathy is a requirement, because it can be challenging serving your own people when they're fighting you at every turn. So for me, this trip is spiritual, and I'm really honored to be here so that we can do what God has called us to do, and we can help more people to know their history.
On the ancestral walkway to the river, this path was developed by thousands of our ancestors. For them, they didn't know where they were going. It was a journey of uncertainty. But for you and I, we know there's a river, and we're going to see the river. As you go in, you're going to have a mark on you, which is a mark of victory for you coming back home. This one, I'm going to use the white clay just to give you a mark, to tell your ancestors, count them. These are some of your children that have been back home.
So we're here in the cocoa farm, and so we just walked through about 7 or 8 different products that are made from one plant, one root, one fruit, and they're all things that we use on a daily basis, right? Cocoa butter, hot chocolate, other things that we didn't even know existed. There's no part that's left unused. It really is amazing to see the industriousness of the people in this area.
Did you have fun?
You like chocolate?
Yep.
Is it yummy?
Yep. That was so good.
Let me no 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 oh 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 oh. Baby gon' give me your lo lo.
He has a big feather.
Yeah, you see the feathers?
All of them.
All of them.
Shawty gon' give me your lo 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 oh 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 oh.
Now we do our naming ceremony, which I'm so excited about. Christelle is so excited about it. I cannot wait. I feel like it'll be a very historic, emotional experience, and I just am very excited to be here and honored to be hosted by the Ashanti people.
My daughter just asked me what is my new name, and unfortunately I do not know yet, so we're waiting on that.
Seeing the kente cloths actually woven live, it's really hard work, so I have so much respect for people who actually create these fabrics. And then particularly of interest to me and Chris was the meaning behind every single fabric. So knowing that one fabric wards off jealousy, another fabric helps with unity, the level of intentionality that goes into the symbolism here is something that I am learning a lot from and that I deeply respect.
Oh my goodness, it was amazing.
So spectacular, so educational.
It was a very informative session.
It's going to help me to skyrocket my business.
Whoever couldn't make it missed a lot.
It was like a mind-blowing thing for me.
All right. We're hosting an event. It's called Speak Your Way to Millions Ghana Edition, Ashley's Accra Meetup. And this started, it was just gonna be like 2 or 3 people meeting up. I put it on Instagram, and within minutes, we had so many people registered. I think we had maybe 500 people the first night. 1,500 registrants later, we are doing an event with hundreds of entrepreneurs. We're in a new country, but this is now a part of our history, a part of our community. We had an event planner reach out, MCs reach out, live performers reach out. So we'll see. And I think I've gotten 3 cakes so far. It's 4 o'clock. I think by the end of the night, I'll be at about 6 birthday cakes. We had several bakers want to come and bring me gifts. We've had designers come and give us clothes. It's just been amazing, the outpouring of love, and I can't wait to see how our first event goes. I don't know if I'm walking into 5 people or 500. Either way, I'm gonna be grateful, and it's gonna be great. I can't wait.
What's going on, Ghana? Okay, you guys. Shout out to those of you paying for deposits. Welcome to the trip. Welcome to Ghana. Who's excited about going? If you cannot wait, comment excited in the comments. Comment excited in the comments. All right, are y'all excited? Are y'all ready for Ghana? If you're ready for Ghana, comment ready in the comments. This is going to be such a good trip. I cannot wait to go to Ghana with you guys. All right. Now, I told you guys a little bit earlier that if
they talk about it from the perspective of like, hey, think happy thoughts. No.
when you book your
I'm not saying
deposit,
think happy thoughts.
you make your first payment, right? You make your first payment, you pay on the trip. You are actually going to get a ticket to this event, which is in the US, in Atlanta, Georgia. The general ticket to Speak Your Way to Cash Live. This is the recap, Speak Your Way to Cash Live.
Today it's going to work out. It's going to work out.
So you're going to get this as well. Yes, Mildred, so excited to welcome you to the trip.
Think happy thoughts and like wish yourself into anything. I am saying make sure you don't forget who you really are.
This is the live event where we're going to meet up in Atlanta, Georgia in October. You're going to get a complimentary ticket.
Y'all got to say, all right?
My name is Jamila Bashir.
Join us by tonight. This is one of 4 expiring bonuses. One of 4 expiring.
Do not go as far as your dream. You go as far as your dream.
This is an accelerator for entrepreneurs.
It's going to require more than you to carry it out.
There was just so much value that I gained literally from day one.
I traveled from Paris to actually get here. It has been the most impactful event I've ever attended.
I would say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
My first 5-figure corporate contract, and I actually landed it within 30 days of joining the mastermind.
I landed a $200,000 corporate consulting contract. I have also landed multiple 5-figure corporate retainer clients as a chief diversity officer and senior leader.
The goal is not to do business with everyone who needs what you have. The goal is to do business with people who you believe.
Be grateful for the trials. If you have one and you go through it and don't sit in it and give up, it is only because you are called to work with people who need to learn to push.
I was able to secure over $150,000 in contracts.
I've been speaking for a long time, but this is the first year where I actually commanded and won contracts that were over 5 figures.
Ashley and Chris, you will never know the deep impact that you have made in my life, my husband's life, and therefore my life of my child.
Success is the easiest way to get your people on board with you.
Okay, guys, we got a lot of deposits being paid. We want to make sure that you get a chance to go on this trip. Make sure you put down your deposit to lock in your rates.
I am a Speak Your Way to Cash.
You can get all the bonuses.
Speak Your Way to Cash.
The Georgia Conference is
Speak Your Way to Cash.
The 5th, second to the 4th.
Speak Your Way to Cash. I am a Speak Your Way to Cash.
For Ghana. So that's going to be an amazing place to connect.
It's about growing your
Looking for a roommate? We'll put up a post. You all can connect there and then email the company directly.
You're going to have to do different actions, the connections that you make in the room.
And by the way, any of you guys like Christians, y'all gospel fans, we're going to have a gospel concert to end off this event.
In the room, you can't.
Okay, and the replay of this particular Ghana experience, for those of you like, I want to watch it again, I want to share it with some people, I want to make sure I do all these things, then please know the replay of this event or the replay of this masterclass is on my YouTube channel. So team, can you all give them a link to the YouTube channel and let them, you all can subscribe and we will give you a link to this channel. Let me see. So drop the link to the YouTube. I think this is the link to the actual Ghana video. So there's that. Now I want to share this with you guys because I did this last time and I think people got a lot of value from it. I'm just going to share with you my Ghana experience. You all have seen a little bit of it. I'm going to share with you a little bit more of it because I know that you all have questions. Some of you, this is the biggest trip you've ever done. This is the biggest investment maybe you've made for a vacation. And you're just like, what does it really look like? What does it look like behind the scenes? So I'm going to share some behind the scenes with y'all. This is one of my favorite parts of the masterclass. So this is when we arrived in Ghana. Now, Speak Your Way to Cash has a rep, okay? My clients say that I have a reputation of having like Speak Your Way to Cash paparazzi. Our photographer and videographer is for sure going with us on this trip. You'll also see some others there. You'll have friends, get your selfie sticks, take some pictures. You are not going to want to miss this. This is my husband and I and my daughter. I wore that outfit on the plane, you know, very comfy. We had our yo-yo stroller for all the parents that are there. And I was just so excited to have touched down in Ghana. Some people ask like, oh, I want to get braids. When's the best day to do that? Day one. Come in early, look at what time you arrive then, and then make sure you go there. Now, this is the transportation. They were right there at the airport, ready to like help us out, pick us up, meet us. You actually see that we see them as soon as we got off the plane. You won't be confused. You'll know what you're looking for. This company is excellent. That's the only reason why we're partnering with them is because of how absolutely fabulous they are. I'm very picky. I like to do things in excellence, so I want it to be right. So this is our cultural exploration day. This is us going to the museum, learning the history, like very comfortable attire and wear. The weather is hot. Now, when I went, I also went in Ghana. It was like 80, 90 degrees, but it was a dry heat. So if you watched it in the documentary, I'm like, yeah, it's hot, but it's kind of a dry heat. It's not really laborious at all. You're going to see all of these different landmarks. You're going to see the different trees. Your kids are going to have a good time. There's a tour guide for every experience and excursion. You're learning about the history. You're asking questions. You're using the reading list that we gave you guys to utilize, okay? You're going to learn about President Kwame. You're going to learn what he did for the culture. All this, you guys, all of this. Now, the average American spends almost like $1,500, $1,600 a year on Amazon. Check that out. If you were to even think about like how you use money, how you spend money, what it looks like, if you got $15,000 over the course of 365 days, that's $41 a day. Think about that. $15,000 is $41 a day for 365 days. That's what $15,000 is. This trip is not a $15,000 trip. We got the rate down to only $7,000 a person. So even if you were to spend $15,000 on this trip, maybe you have multiple people going, you have your family going, that comes down to $41 a day. Does that put it in perspective for you guys? Like that is what you're getting and it's going to change your entire life. I've been all over the world. I've been to Paris. I've been to Bali. We're going to London next month and we sold out and I've been in London. We're going to next month. I've been all over the world. My favorite trip in the world, my husband will tell you, was Ghana. Look at this quote from Dr. Kwame. I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. And that is the opportunity you get on this trip to let Africa be born in you. Like it is an incredible, incredible experience in place. I can't say enough great things about it. I can't even tell you about the culture of the people. And look at how absolutely beautiful it is. I mean, this is Ghana. This is where you're going. Okay, this is where you're going. You're learning the history. You're learning more about your culture. You're experiencing things. In almost every picture, you see us smiling. They took candids of my daughter. This is literally, hey, Denise, welcome to the trip. This is literally how she's enjoying the culture. Look at her picking up look at the beauty of the leaves. Like it's just the next level place. Like there is no place on earth like Ghana. Look at us laughing. How many of y'all need to go and just connect with your spouse on a deeper level? Like me and my husband have been married it'll be 14 years next year. We got married at 22 and 23 after only knowing each other we went to high school together, but we did not know each other, y'all, Okay, welcome, Darnell. He's got one of the last 50 spots. Okay, Catrice, like we love each other, y'all. So just so you know, for those of you who are new to us, you cannot know me longer than 10 minutes without me mentioning my husband. He is just one of the best men I've ever met in my life, and he's just an amazing person. But in Ghana, us learning this history together even brought us closer together. It aligned our vision for what we're supposed to do for our family, and even the ways that we're going to create and cause generational wealth to come into both of our families. It allowed us to do that as well. And our daughter was able to see it all. Thank you, babe. He's in the comments, y'all. We run the company together, so I don't know if that was clear, but we work together. Yes, convince your mother to go lock in her spot. This is one of the centers of the city. So we talked about this a little bit earlier. So you'll get to see this. You'll get to take some pictures. There's time for all of that. You'll learn the history. This is Uncle Morris, who is one of the best tour guides in Ghana. He's going to be our tour guide. Even talking about Ghana, y'all can hear it in my voice. I cannot stop smiling. I wish I could just give you the feeling that you get when you get there so that everyone who needs to pay their deposit would pay it right away before the trip sells out, because it is going to sell out. And look at this. Like, this is me right outside of the Ashanti Kingdom. And ladies, yes, I wore braids. Okay, so just a hair check. I wore braids the entire time. You see this incredible tree. It is monumentous. You can't even see the whole thing, but it's right outside of that museum that used to be the Royal Palace, where you're going to learn about the Ashanti people. And y'all saw that movie Woman King? That movie Woman King is based in part on women like the woman we're going to learn about, who defeated the British, or who fought the British rather, in defense of her land and her people. And so this is right outside of the Palace Museum, and they call it a Palace Museum, but this was actually the palace, y'all. This was actually the palace. And so this is some food. We have a food stop near there. And look, there's pizza. Why do we show y'all this? Because I want you guys to know that even if you go, let me see. Even if you go to this like part of the world and you're like, I have dietary restrictions, I just really want some pizza and fries, like, you could do that. So we have diverse eating options. I ate Ghanaian food day in and day out. There's Chris. This is the weaving that we told you all that you all will see. So you're actually seeing them weaving together the kente cloth, and they're telling you about the meaning of the fabric, and you're choosing which fabrics to bring back out, and you're able to get a stall when you get your new name. It is incredible. So there's always education, not just the emotionalism of it, and your kids are going to have a time. We felt also, I just want to say, like, I've never felt safer. Like, when we went to Ghana, it was incredibly safe. They were so attentive to our needs. We had our tour guides were with us. Some additional gentlemen were with us. We had a lot of fun. We met some incredible kids. This is like one of the factories where they're doing all of the weaving. They're showing us how to I think my daughter there was eating some cocoa. Yep, she was eating some cocoa there and trying that out. And she's learning that this is where they make chocolate from. It's also where they make the cocoa butters and the shades and all of the things. And they have a cream there that you can put on your hands, your face, and your hair. And it causes you to like radiate and grows your hair. I was so sad when I ran out. I'm not making the same mistake twice. I'm definitely coming back. Now, our naming ceremony, you guys, here we go. So here's what happens for the naming ceremony. Okay, so me and my daughter walked in this room where fabrics are everywhere, y'all, literally everywhere. And they first wrap my husband like the king that he is, and the men wrap the men and the women wrap the women. So underneath it, you'll wear maybe some shorts or a tank top, whatever you feel comfortable in, and they're gonna wrap you in the fabrics. And all the fabrics mean something different. And they kind of can even let you choose sometimes your fabrics depending on how many folks we have with us. They even wrap the kids, y'all. Look at Christelle. Gave her a little headband and everything. And they wrapped me up and made sure I had all the stuff that I needed. And you take some photos outside. This is my daughter having a good time. Chris, look at him. Okay, King, I see you. So it's incredible. How many of y'all are excited about the naming ceremony? That's like one of your favorite parts. This is the highlight of the trip. It's one of the biggest highlights of the trip is the naming ceremony. You're getting wrapped. You're having a good time. These are the beautiful ladies that wrapped me. So you'll get to see that. I cannot express enough how incredibly important it is. And then there's drumming that happens. You dance, you get your new name. You go through the ritual ceremony. If there's any part of it that you do not want to do, you don't have to do it. You can say, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not comfortable with that, etc. But it's a pretty straightforward ceremony. It's great. You meet the elders of the town and you have a good time. You really do have an incredible, incredible time. And so there's things that we'll get to experience together that we didn't even get to experience. But this was just one of the restaurants in Ghana. I think it's a dinner restaurant. It was a beautiful restaurant, the Gardenia. It's a famous restaurant there. The restaurants there are incredible. The markets are amazing. You can kind of see how the shopping is. Look at all the artwork. You have oil paintings, acrylic paintings. You'll get to meet the different artists. So that's amazing. All of this is happening in Ghana when you go on the trip. And all the other things that I talked about. On one of our free days, we actually did a cooking class and we learned how to make jollof rice. So this is not included on the trip, but on your free day, if you're like, hey, I don't want to go to Canopy Park or something, you can always like add on your own excursions and do like a cooking class. It was really cool. We made some jollof rice. I made mine spicy. My daughter, that's my daughter and my husband cooking theirs. And imagine having these pictures for the rest of your life. So you think about vacation. Oh, I need to go to Mexico. I need to do this. I need to do that. You go to Ghana. This is an imprint in your family's history and legacy. So I even got my nails done while I was there, while I was getting ready for my event trip. That manicure, y'all, lasted a month. Literally lasted a month. And the women were so great. They talked about the history of Ghana and their experience. And we followed each other on Instagram and we just had a really good time. I think that sometimes we forget people are people. Like, you're going to go over there. You may make your new best friend. Like, you don't know what will happen. The people were absolutely incredible. This was us going to the Slave River, looking at the memorial. And when you go here, I didn't mention this, but when we go there, you guys, we always wear white. You can get some white from the markets if you'd like, but we wear white. And then you have the choice to either walk barefoot down this path or to walk with your shoes on as you go to the ancestral river. Okay. And when you're there, they're telling you the history. This is what they call the Slave River. You have to take your shoes off to get in it. And one of the things that that I will say is you get to say a prayer in the river. And my husband just bought our stall. Is this one mine, babe? The stole? Okay. Sorry, I was saying it wrong, y'all. Okay. So my name was Akua Akaya Asante. So I'll put it in the chat. So he just gave it to me so you all could see my name, Akua. I want to make sure I spell it right. Akya Asante, okay? Akua, Aqua Asante, okay? That was my name, okay? That was my name. And so really excited about you all getting your names and being able to experience the things that we were able to experience in Ghana, in the motherland, in our homeland. And so when you go into the dungeons and all of that, like, you're literally going to go inside. Like, you're going to go inside of the dungeons. You're going to hear the history. You're going to see what they're talking about. They're going to talk about what different elements of it meant, where the men were, where the women were, the people that sacrificed their lives or their lives were stolen from them, and what that means, and how they were defending the dungeons and the fort. I mean, the history is incredible. And we'll give you guys some books. Yellow Fever is what we recommend. Yellow Fever is what is required, rather. Yellow Fever is what is required. And so you will literally get to learn history that you did not learn in school, and you'll learn it there. And so on day 8 for our trip, but this was something that you all will do, I think on your day 4, maybe, this was the Speak Your Way to Cash live event in Ghana. So as you can see, we had hundreds of entrepreneurs there. People were bringing gifts. The networking was incredible. We had some dignitaries that showed up, and this was with 3 days notice. So now we'll be able to have time. These were the hosts of our event. We'll have some time. And as you can see, the babies can come. This outfit was actually fully made custom for my husband while we were over there. So they come up with your name. They have a formula for coming up with the names, but they look at your date of birth, the day that you were born. And those are like the 2 big things that they look at. And then I assume they have another process for coming up with the spiritual side of the name as well. Okay. And so this event was at Tunnel Lounge. It's actually owned by a brother who was from America. I think he's from Florida and he lives there. That's Uncle Morris, who's our tour guide, which is incredible. This was our videographer. Last time we came, maybe able to get them back. And these are the mini birthday cakes. She did my makeup in Ghana. So this is a makeup artist who's in Ghana. So if you want to get your makeup done for the event, I got a contact. She did a really good job. And these are some of our VIP attendees of the event. Y'all, we went through a lot of information. Are there any more questions? Are there any more questions that you all want us to answer before we hop off? Anything that you're like, I have to get this question answered in order to go or to pay my deposit, or I'm trying to book for my child and I don't know how to do that on the website. Like, we make it pretty easy for you guys. If you go to this link, is there a question? Okay, if you go to this link, you're just going to click pay your deposit. Pay your deposit, okay? And here you just choose the, are we sold out of this room type? Is that why it says join the wait list? Let's see. Okay, so we've already got one sellout. Lael, can we check on this? It looks like okay, guys, we're selling out. So this is the time to pay your deposit. Hey, let's email the folks who wanted to come to Ghana the last trip and let them know we already have one room type that is sold out completely. So if they want to book their trip, they need to pay their deposit now, okay? Yes, the hotel cost is included in the total price. You guys pay your deposit. Pay your deposit now. So this is not a game. You all saw that 10 minutes ago, you could book a double occupancy. Right now, it says join the wait list. So we want to make sure that you all pay your deposit right now so that the trip does not sell out anymore. You want to make sure that single occupancy is available to you. So please do sell out. We're going to look at, have you spoken before, what you put in the application, and make a determination about that for speakers. Okay. So, all right, we have a speaking committee that will check that out. We do events all over the world at this point. So we have a pretty good process for choosing speakers. So go ahead and apply and we'll go from there. And either way, what's dope is if you come, you will be notified. Like, we'll have you stand up and be like, hey, these are all our American business owners during networking. Please connect with them. And obviously, yeah, you have to be attending the trip, of course. But outside of that, we have a process for it. You guys, we're selling out this trip. It says join the wait list for double occupancy. You need to book single occupancy now. Pay your deposit right now. Do not miss this trip. It's the only one that I plan to do to Ghana. I'm telling y'all, I run a business and I have a very tight schedule. So I don't even have time, honestly, to do 10, 20 trips to Ghana. But I will say I'm excited about doing this trip to Ghana. I can't wait. It's during our sabbatical month. So we're sharing our actual sacred sabbatical time with all of you. We're really excited about that. So I want you to go ahead and book your single occupancy room. Book that deposit now before all of the rooms sell out. You will pay your $199 deposit today. You'll make your first full payment August 1st. And when you do that, it'll show you. Here's what I would do. I would go here, and it's my birthday. January 17th is my birthday. So we'll be celebrating my birthday in Ghana with all of you. Go here, click continue, try to pay in full with Afterpay, Klarna, or Affirm. It'll give you a payment plan. It may be a more extended payment plan that may be easier for you guys. So go ahead and do that. And we will go from there. And then we'll check on the wait list for double occupancy, but book your deposit. If you get on the wait list, that's not booking your deposit. You will not be able to go on the trip. You need to book your deposit for the single occupancy room. And we'll go from there. And if you have a partner or something, like you're staying with your husband, email us and we'll see what we could do, see how we can help you guys out. But you want to book your deposit now. So it looks like there's about 30 more of you that are going to book your deposit tonight. There's 16 of you that want to wait till tomorrow. I would tell those of you who are like waiting until tomorrow to not do it. Make sure you book your deposit tonight, guys. We are selling out this trip. That's important. We are selling out this trip, you guys. Our YouTube has 13,000 subscribers. We streamed it on YouTube. I want to make sure you all are selling out this trip, okay? And I don't want you all to be left behind. I want you all to know, like how you're going to be able to do this. Do all the flights leave from New York? And how long of a flight do we meet at the airport on the same day? Basically, how does this process work? That's a great question. So one, you book your own flight. So you leave from wherever you're flying from. I live in Georgia. I'm going to fly Georgia to Newark, Newark to Ghana. Okay. And so what I always recommend people do, and I shared this with them last time, so I'll share my little travel hack with you guys. So I'm going to go here, and I actually need to book my flight. I need to do that pretty soon. Okay, I'm going to go new incognito window. I'm going to go to skyscanner.com. And what I'm going to say is if I'm flying from Atlanta to Ghana, you'll see ACC. That's where we're flying from. Departure date. So the trip date is on the 7th. I want to arrive by the 7th. So I'm going to fly out the departure date. Let's see how it works out. So if we want to arrive by the 7th. So I'm going to fly out on the 6th, and then I'm going to return. When does the flight, let me get the date pulled up. I know it's right after. Now, if you guys, if you're like, hey, I want to go on this trip, but I am really interested in staying later, then your departure date, you can come in earlier. But if you're like, I'm only coming in for the trip and then I'm going home, then let's see what that would look like for you. So the Ghana trip is the 9th through the 17th, okay? So if we want to be there on the 9th, I'm going to click the 8th as our departure date. And then I'm going to click the 17th as the 17th is the departure day. So let's do the 8th to the 17th, and we're going to apply, and I'm going to just search and see what it gives me. And it should give you the time that you will fly in. Now, check this out. If we leave on the 8th, okay? If we leave on the 8th, which is the day before the 9th, we're going to fly 10 hours. Oh, they have a direct flight now from Atlanta to Accra. When did that happen? I didn't know about that, y'all. This is new. I'm learning with y'all. This is new. When we went last time, they didn't have this, but we're going to fly overnight and we're going to get there the next day. So whenever you see that +1, that means you're going to get there the next day. And you see how it says it when you hover over it, arrives on Friday, January 9th, 2026. Okay. So if it arrives on January 9th, 2026, that's great. We want to get there. I'd love for you guys all to land by 2 p.m. I'd love for you all to land by 2 p.m. Then 9:10 to 8:23, it'll leave at 9:10 a.m. coming back. And the return flight has 1 stop. I don't love that, but that's fine. The cool thing about Skyscanner is you can choose cheapest first, fastest first, whatever you want. You could sort by like the cheapest flights, and it'll give you kind of what you'd have to do there. You have a longer layover. You don't get there until 7:40 p.m. the next day, but you do save a couple $100 on the flight. You can go fastest first. You can do all these different things, and then it'll give you your different options, and it gives you your layover options, and you can kind of see more information about the layover when you click that information. So this is a good website to just see the variety of flight options. Okay, so we've done a lot. We've covered a lot. I'm excited about all of you who've made the commitment to yourselves to go to Ghana. That is incredible. Your life will never be the same. I'm telling you right now, it is one of the most transformative trips I've ever taken in my entire life. And I'm so excited to go back. My family is going to be coming with me this time. I can't wait. We're going to hang out, you guys. We're going to hang out for another 7 or 8 minutes or so. If you have questions, please, please, please let us know. There's about 20 more of you who are going to go. It looks like there's more of you who are like, okay, I'm paying my deposit by tomorrow. There's some of you who are like, hey, I'm paying in full, so I don't need a deposit. That's great. There's about 22 of you who are still going to pay your deposit. If you've already paid your deposit, we want to celebrate you. So let us know. Let us know. Okay, there's some people who already left. They're like, I gotta go. I've already paid my deposit. I'm in there. Yes. So the 17th is your departure day. And when you pay your deposit, you guys, I'll show you this. When you pay your deposit, the agenda is right there. So when you go down here, you can see the agenda. Let me scroll up a little bit. You can see the agenda on here, and you see how it says day 7. It's the shopping day. We're going to go to day 8. We're going to go to day 9. Day 9, the 17th is your departure day. So you're able to do that. Okay. He's able to do that. Okay. All right, so we're going to go to Ghana. We have several friends who are in Ghana doing Ghana trips right now. There's been no problems with traveling there. Welcome, Paula. Paula is on her way to Ghana. Let's celebrate Paula in the chat team. I'm so excited to have you. Be on the lookout for those of you guys that paid your deposit. We're going to be sending out the link to the Ghana Facebook group. I really wanted to have that ready today for all of you who joined, but you know, we're going to have it ready. We're still far from 90 days from the trip. So let me tell you all what 90 days is. So the trip is in January, right? So we got December, November, October. So we're looking for a targeted date to get you all of your stuff. We want to make sure you all have everything in hand by October 6th. And you'll probably get it beforehand because we have a big live event before that. So we're going to do that. All right. We're going to do that. So yes, congrats. Thank you, Angel, for celebrating her. You are going to be going to Ghana with an incredible group of people. My community is amazing. So many of my clients and friends and family are going. We are going to have a good time, but you can always see the itinerary here as well. What time does the trip complete on departure day? Will there be any transportation back to the airport? So let's go here. Come to an end. Today, you will have a chance to do some last minute shopping before heading to the airport for departure. We look forward to seeing you on your maximum impact experience. So ground transportation is included. Airfare is not. I believe even your info back to the hotel is included. I'm going to text my friend Jay, who's hosting us, who's like, well, I'm hosting, but Jay, who's like coordinating this for us. Let me see if I can get him on the line. He responds really fast, but you know, it is a different time zone in Ghana. Are the transports back to the hotel included? I believe they are. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm coming in at a wonky time or leaving out at a wonky time, you're not leaving back for departure flights. I believe it is. If that's the case and you're leaving at a wonky time, the hotel also can arrange transportation. So you'll have one of two options, but I believe it is included. I'm going to confirm that with Jay. Departure day, the trip completes the day before departure day. So day 8, the trip completes with our Shy Hills adventure. And then day 9 is departure day. So depending on when your flight leaves, you may use that morning to shop, get breakfast, relax, go visit some of your favorite vendors again, say hi to all of the friends you've made in Ghana. Because remember, you guys, you all are actually going to be meeting other Ghanaian entrepreneurs. How many of you need to hire a virtual assistant? How about this? We have had several team members who live in Ghana, who live in Zimbabwe, who live in different parts of Africa. And so it's a great place. One of the assistants that I interviewed is coming to the US to visit, and I'm going to probably meet up with her, but she's from Ghana. She lives in Accra. It is a very progressive place. We've had incredible talent that we've hired from Ghana. So I highly recommend. One of my favorite admins actually lived in Ghana. Her name was Belinda. She was excellent at what she did, and she was there. So there's all types of opportunities, okay? And what I may do when people register for the Ghanaian event, the Ghanaian entrepreneurs, when they register, I may just ask, like, are you looking for a virtual assistant job? Are you looking for that? And then would you all want me to do that and just ask, like, hey, I know you're coming to this event, but are you interested in being a virtual assistant for an American company? That way we can actually meet them there. Brenda, welcome to the trip. Let's go, Brenda. But you all let me know. Dawn, I would imagine that, let me ask Jay right now. Hey, if someone pays their deposit, their single occupancy, and then their husband decides to come, can we change their occupancy after they pay their deposit? From what I understand, you can. I cannot imagine a world in which your husband can't go. He's going to stay with your room. You already have the room, so I don't think it'll be a problem. The only issue will be capacity. So we just want to make sure we have enough, transportation on the ground and everything. But do you think you could confirm with your husband by the end of the week? Dawn, I'm going to write your name down and make sure that they can at least hold that spot for your husband. Anyone else need us to hey, you paid your deposit, but you have someone you want to go with you and you just want to make sure that we note it? I'm all about family sticking together, okay? This is a family trip for a reason. Okay, so I just gave your name and I wrote it down. And team, you can write it down. Diane has the same question. Now, if you don't pay your deposit today and you're trying to pay your deposit by the end of the week, y'all, I can't make no guarantees. Y'all heard me say that because you all literally saw in real time that the room sold out. So if you're someone who's like, you want to change your occupancy later, you want to see how that works, here's what I recommend you do. Book the single occupancy room before it sells out. It will sell out. You all saw the room sell out in real time. Okay? Yeah, Mildred, for sure. Make sure you book, tell your aunt, watch the replay of this, book it tonight. Diane's like, I'm paying tonight. My name is Michelle. I have 3 adult children. Okay. So look, all of you guys who want your kids to come with you and you're willing to have share a room with them, book your deposit so at least your family has a room. The other stuff is a little bit easier for us to work out. What's not is us selling out this hotel because we don't have another hotel in our package. So all of our hotel rooms are with the Kempinski. It's an incredible time to go to Ghana. Michelle, okay, great. Michelle, when you say room is booked, do you mean you paid your deposit? Because your hotel room is included in the trip. So don't book a separate hotel room. You'll be paying. Okay, you paid your deposit. Okay, good. She was like, I'm in there. Well, welcome to the trip, hon. I can't wait to see you and meet you. And those of you that paid that deposit, they're going to give me a list by Friday. And here's my promise to y'all. Listen to me on this. And team, hold me accountable to this. We're going to get that list. And then what we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to make sure that we have all of your names down for your gifts and your bonuses. So you'll get an email. You're getting an email from them right away when you pay your deposit. You'll get another email from us sometime Monday that will just say, hey, you're booked, you're in our trip. This is the link. These are the links we want you to look out for. And you're going to get all the bonuses that we promised you. Here's what the bonuses are. You'll receive your bonuses by or before October. I think it's October 7th or something like that. Or is it October 9th? Let me see when the trip is. I think it's October 9th. Yeah, October 9th, by or before October 9th. That way you have some assurances from us about what you're going to get. The training, sorry, you guys, that was me. The training is going to be done by Maximum Impact Travel. So that's when you see Maximum Impact Travel, this is our travel partner. This company specializes in planning trips to Ghana. That's what they do full time. The same way full time, I help entrepreneurs make more money through teaching them sales. They do this full time. They take people to all parts of Africa and the world full time. And that's what you want. So I have partnered, I've leveraged my influence and what I've done, partnered it with them, and then we go from there. So that's a really good, Myling Williams. I've seen your name before, Mai. Have you been to other events? I would remember that name. Okay. One of the things that I will say, you have to be fully paid by December 1st. So if you go here and you book this and you're like, okay, I'm paying my deposit today, your first payment will come out August 1st. So August 1st, if you pay in installments, now what I recommend everyone do, pay in full, use Klarna and Afterpay. Pay in full, use Klarna and Afterpay, okay? So make sure you do that. Now, if you pay in installments, it'll actually give you the plan. It'll say the first payment, do you all see that? August 1st, 2025. And that payment amount is $1335.20. The last payment, December 1st, 2025, okay? Now check this out, y'all. If you want, I should have showed everyone this, but if you want, you can pay a larger deposit. So let's say you're like, hey, I want lower monthly payments. Boom. I'm going to put in that I'm going to pay a $2,000 deposit, and then it takes my payments all the way down to just $975 a month. Now you may say, okay, I got a little extra tax money or whatever. I'm just going to pay a $3,000 deposit. And then I paid $3,000 today. And now look, my monthly installment amount is $775. So you have control over what you want to pay today, which makes it a lot easier for you to manage your monthly expenses, particularly for those of you who are traveling with your family. Okay, Paula paid in full. Congrats, Paula. That is awesome. So Paula, since you paid in full, all my pay in full folks, we will go ahead and send you guys your tickets to Speak Your Way to Cash Live since you've already paid in full. The reason we delay giving out some of the bonuses, you guys, is because if you pay a deposit and then for whatever reason you don't finish your payments, that's gonna be tough. You know, that's gonna be tough. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we give it 90 days before. But Paula, let me make a note of your name. Let's send Paula her Speak Your Way to Cash Live ticket. And Marvick, if you just let me know in the chat when you do that, that would be great. Yes, we already sold out of double occupancy. You guys, I'm gonna tell y'all something on a personal note. I feel like this is the year that God is really allowing Speak Your Way to Cash to get more visibility than we've ever had before. So if you're like, hey, I'm gonna play around, I'm gonna wait, this is not that year. We sold out an event to London. I've never been to London in my life in 3 days. 3 days. And I've never been to London. I've never done an event in London before. So our company has done a lot of good work. Even if you all are just meeting us, Speak Your Way to Cash, Google it. We've done a lot of good work in the community, a lot of good work for entrepreneurs, and people are really excited about us expanding globally. And I wanted to give everyone a global opportunity to expand. Do not waste this opportunity, okay? Do not waste this opportunity. Michelle is like, look, I'm paying in full tomorrow once I confirm my other children are coming. For sure, confirm your children are coming, pay in full. We'll get an update from them on Friday, and today's Tuesday, so that's perfect. That's perfect timing. All right. We'll get an update from the company Friday because this is not my company. So when you pay them, this is our company. So you want to see Maximum Impact Travel. This is the company we're partnering with. When you pay them, we talk to them every day now about getting this trip perfect for y'all. And we want to, we want to have some welcome gifts. We want to have some shirts. We want to have some fun. So if you see information from us about that, please respond. And it's going to be an incredible time. So let's check this out. And I want you all to watch this video and ask us whatever questions you have. We're going to hang out a little bit. We'll watch our Ghana documentary one more time. And then we have one more documentary that we'll show you guys so you can learn more about our company. And we'll hang out during that time and answer questions. Travel insurance. Yes, you absolutely should get travel insurance for sure. I will ask them, how can you get info on travel insurance? And you may see it in there. You may see it in there when you check out, like as an upsell for travel insurance, but I'll ask them and give you that information. But yes, you should get travel insurance. Always recommend it, okay? Welcome to Ghana, guys.
This is like even better than what we expected. It's just incredible being here. And everyone keeps saying, welcome home, welcome home. It definitely feels like home for sure. It's hot. It's hot. This sun is serious, but it's a good breeze too.
Yeah, this is a breeze.
It's a good breeze. One of the things that I'm excited about doing is just thinking of creative ways to better serve my community by getting more connected with who I am as a person, who I am as a Black woman, who I am as a woman from the African diaspora. Like, what does that really mean? Because my mission, the mission of our company, Speak Your Way to Cash, is to help Black entrepreneurs land large contracts and scale their companies to millions of dollars. And the only way that we can stay connected with that mission is to understand all of the elements of trauma, triumph, royalty, and the like that we are dealing with in serving our community. So we're looking to increase our level of empathy by being in Ghana. We're looking to increase our clarity and get reconnected to who we are and to come back home.
Me, I just want to see my people them getting big out. I swear down, make embassy no deny my people visa out. And no be Taliban, no be Al-Qaeda. And they do nothing to put them in leave down. Stand with my feet down, me I be leader. So me a new lad, different caliber.
We were like, we want to keep seeing the world. We have to go see West Africa, specifically Ghana. My dad has been here, and my dad had told me he loved it, and he stayed here, and he just had an incredible time. So I was like, all right, cool. And then we may take a couple business owners here. We serve Black people in our day-to-day job, and it could be challenging. So I needed to come here to understand more about the history, because the people that we serve, if they knew more about their history, they would operate differently in their day-to-day lives and in their businesses. And if I knew more about our history, I could have more empathy for the people that God has called me to serve. And that level of empathy is a requirement, because it can be challenging serving your own people when they're fighting you at every turn. So for me, this trip is spiritual, and I'm really honored to be here so that we can do what God has called us to do, and we can help more people to know their history.
On the ancestral walkway to the river, this path was developed by thousands of our ancestors. For them, they didn't know where they were going. It was a journey of uncertainty. But for you and I, we know there's a river, and we're going to see the river. As you go in, you're going to have a mark on you, which is a mark of victory for you coming back home. And this one, I'm going to use the white clay just to give you a mark to tell your ancestors, count them. These are some of your children that have been back home.
So we're here in the cocoa farm, and so we just walked through about 7 or 8 different products that are made from one plant, one root, one fruit, and they're all things that we use on a daily basis, right? Cocoa butter, hot chocolate, other things that we didn't even know existed. There's no part that's left unused. It really is amazing to see the industriousness of the people in this area.
Did you have fun?
Yep.
You like chocolate?
Yep.
Is it yummy?
Yep. That was so good.
Let me no, whoa, 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 oh, 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 oh. Baby, gon' give me your lo.
He has a big feather.
Yeah, you see the feathers?
All of them.
All of them. ceremony, which I'm so excited about. Christelle is so excited about it. I cannot wait. I feel like it'll be a very historic, emotional experience, and I just am very excited to be here and honored to be hosted by the Ashanti people.
My daughter just asked me what is my new name, and unfortunately, I do not know yet. So we're waiting on that.
Seeing the kente cloths actually woven live, it's really hard work, so I have so much respect for people who actually create these fabrics. And then particularly of interest to me and Chris was the meaning behind every single fabric. So knowing that one fabric wards off jealousy, another fabric helps with unity, the level of intentionality that goes into the symbolism here is something that I am learning a lot from and that I deeply respect.
Baby, show me you can calm down, calm down. Dance with me and take the lead now, lead now. Got you so high that you can't calm down.
I'm so excited.
Don't you ask
we'll email it out. We'll email the application out. I don't know if the team already knows.
It's you, I can't say no.
We'll email that out. Make sure you're on the list.
Give me your lo, 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 wo, 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 wo. You got me like wo, 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 wo.
Any questions, you guys, feel free to ask. This is the time. My baby, you're so little. So we have a friend who traveled with his dad who's about the same age as your dad, Sharon, and it was not I think they just got back. I don't know where they got back from. They went to Cuba the most recently, but he's also taking his dad to Africa, different parts of Africa. So I would think,
oh my goodness, it was
as long as your dad is in good health and it's not going to
So spectacular, so educational.
It was a very informative session.
It's going to help me to skyrocket my business.
Whoever couldn't make it missed a lot.
It was like,
yeah. So if it's safe for your dad, if the doctors and everyone says it's safe for your dad, then I wouldn't worry about it. I would go once in a lifetime.
Hosting an event. It's called Speak Your Way to Millions Ghana Edition, Ashley's Accra Meetup, and this started. It was just going to be like 2 or 3 people meeting up. I put it on Instagram, and within minutes, we had so many people register. I think we had 500 people the first night. 1,500 registrants later. We are doing an event with hundreds of entrepreneurs in a new country, but this is now a part of our history, a part of our community. We had an event planner reach out, MCs reach out, live performers reach out. So we'll see. And I think I've gotten 3 cakes so far. It's 4 o'clock. I think by the end of the night, I'll be at about 6 birthday
All right, y'all. So now we have
had several bakers want to come and bring me gifts. We've had designers come and give us clothes. It's just been amazing, the outpouring of love, and I can't wait to see how our first event goes. I don't know if I'm walking into 5 people or 500. Either way, I'm going to
sellout update, guys. There's about 40 more of you who said you're paying your deposit by tomorrow at midnight, but 22 of you said you're paying your deposit now. We may be at 50 if all 22 of these folks actually pay their deposit. Remember earlier it was 50? So many of those folks went ahead and paid their deposit. So I just want to give you guys a sellout update. I want you to get in here. Don't delay.
Be grateful, and it's going to be great. I can't wait.
What's going on, Ghana?
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, that was incredible. Now, here's what I want to do for those of you that are hanging out for the after set of this. Let me see if I could do this. Team, I may need your help. We oftentimes share something called the Speak Your Way to Cash documentary because some of you noted like, hey, it's my first time learning about your company. I don't know much about your company. I'm trying to learn more about you guys because we're going on this big trip with you. So let me see. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try, see if I can share with you guys the documentary for Speak Your Way to Cash, and also keep the, I wonder if this is it. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, this isn't it. It's too short. Why is it so short? I don't know. I thought this was the documentary. Darn it. But it's not. Where is the full documentary, team? I don't know if y'all know. But I thought it was there. I just tried it too. Okay, maybe it's in here. I'm gonna try to show you guys this just so you all can learn a little bit more about us. And then if you're talking to your family and your friends and they're texting you back about the questions, we'll still be on here to give you guys a little bit more, more insight. Let me see. Okay, I found it. Now let me see if I can get the, okay. Cool. All right, I found it. The other Ghanaian webinar did not get this. Okay, and we're gonna put up the QR code. So you can scan this QR code during this documentary anytime, and you should be able to book your seat to Ghana. But check out the Speak Your Way to Cash documentary, guys. This is actually going to give you more insight into who we are, my company, my family, so you know more about who you're traveling with, which I think can be important, because who wants to go somewhere and you be like, are these people crazy? We don't know these people. No, we're not. We're good people, okay? So check this out. I'm going to share this with you. And if you have any questions about Ghana or anything else, drop it in the comments. We're in contact with our partners on this and we can give it to them. So let's start it from scratch. And just so you know, do any of you live in Atlanta? If you live in Atlanta, let me know, because we are actually unveiling a new company documentary in Atlanta end of this month. And this event is the event that you get a ticket to when you buy your seat.
Overqualified. 95% of you have a college degree.
I'll be in the comments.
Almost 90% have 10 years of experience in something that you can relate to your speaking topic. The very facts say that all of you are above average. Every single person who has a sales issue has a belief issue. People will buy when you believe. Let's see. So now we're going to talk through.
This event started in a conference room with 10 people. It started really small. Like when I first did this event, I didn't know that it would be an event series or that it would turn into a podcast or a coaching program or any of the things that it is now, a community, an online course, a book. Like everything is under Speak Your Way to Cash. And I could have never imagined that it would grow to what it is now and that it would have helped the thousands of speakers that have bought our services or downloaded a course or attended a webinar. I literally did it at the request of people asking me how I was making so much money speaking. That was it. So for it to be what it is now, a standalone company that supports employees and has high-end clients and has testimonials galore is just an honor and a blessing. And I'm so excited to see what it'll do in the next 3+ years.
I'm about to introduce the reason that we are here, the visionary for this extravagant conference. My sister, I love her so much. I just appreciate her allowing God to use her in such a mighty way and her just being a gift to our culture. Like, to our culture, seriously, to let little Black girls know that look like me and you, that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. So I just need you guys just to put your hands together for the visionary, the extraordinary, my friend, my sister, Mrs. Ashley Kirkwood.
We did this conference. Typically we do it the first weekend in October. This year though, because I knew that the event was going to be bigger, I knew that it was going to require more financial resources, I knew that I needed a longer runway to promote it, and I just knew that this event was going to be the one that was like, that's going to blow it up out the waters. I just had this feeling. And so I was like, all right, we're going to do it the first weekend in November to give me an extra month to do what we need to do for the conference. And okay, so I choose the date. Now I hired a really incredible, well-respected coach to do some advising for me, because she's done more events, bigger events that have done even better. So I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna hire her to give me some advice. One of the things she did tell me that I did not do was like to really research all the other events on your date, so that if there's another event that directly aligns with your audience, there's no conflict between the 2 dates. Now, it wasn't that I was being rebellious, it's just that for anyone who plans an event, you don't always think to do that, right? Child, I should have done that. This event is on the same weekend as a huge speaker conference. Really, it's the same weekend or within a week of 2 really large speaker conferences that also serve our audience.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Hi, this is Chris from Speak Your Way to Cash. We are so happy and thankful that you attended our recent book bash. We would love to host you at another one of our events.
We released the event. The date is on the same weekend as several other events. And I look at my husband and I'm like, oh, I'm just over this date. I'm over this date. And my husband was like, don't change your date. He was like, what you're gonna do and what's going to happen are that people that are supposed to attend this event are going to attend and they're gonna make a decision. They're gonna make a commitment and a decision to attend your event, and their lives are going to be changed. And every single person that's there, no matter how many, is going to be so committed to their business, their vision, and your ability to help them that the event will be life-changing regardless. And next year you'll be standing room only. Doesn't even matter. And he's like, you don't understand how powerful you are. And he can still see greater in me than I can see in myself. And I definitely have those moments of insecurity that'll come up. And what I do to overcome that is, one, I look at the facts. And fact is, this is our 6th event. We've never hosted an event where no one bought a ticket. The fact is, at every event, people are wondering and desiring to work with me in a deeper capacity. We've never had a situation where we've invited people to do business with us at a premium level and the offer was good and they were like, nah, I ain't interested in working with her. I gotta go to this other thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's never been a situation like that. And I genuinely invest in my business. Like, I really invest in it. And one of the things that was on my heart really heavy before this conference, I was nervous. I was like, what's gonna happen? And what about this? And then people are doing this, and they went to this other event last week, and they did this last year, and then they did like all of these other thoughts that really don't serve me or anyone else. And one thing that I've been listening to is Michael Todd's Crazy Your Fate series. And the Holy Spirit kept putting on my heart, well, what did you invest in this event? Okay, well, I invested time to make it exceptional. I invested my talent and the talent of my team so that every attendee has a great experience. And I invested my treasure. I invested 6 figures to make this event great, from the marketing to the production to the, I invested time, talent, and treasure. The 3 things that you actually can invest. More importantly, I invested my faith. I put my money where my dreams are, and I went and did it no matter what. Like, I was all in on it. And I was like, okay, well, my dad always talks about how there are natural laws and there are spiritual laws. Spiritual law is like, when you sow on good ground, you will reap in an abundance of what you've sown. So if I've sown time, then people are going to invest their time in being at this event and being fully present. If I've sown my money into making this event successful, people also have invested in their ticket price, and they're going to invest in working with me further because they know they're going to get that return. So then I've also sown talent. I've given my talent to it. So I can trust that my team is gonna give their talent to making this event incredibly successful. Spiritual law says that this event has to be way better than any other event I've ever done. It has to produce fruit because I've sown the seeds. And so whenever I start to get nervous or anxious or I'm looking around, one, don't look around, look up. I always remind myself if I ever feel competitive or jealous, and to be clear, I have felt competitive, I have felt jealousy, I have felt insecurity, I have felt like it wasn't gonna work, I felt like people were trying to, some people, don't feel bad, like you're like, oh, you're a jealous person, you felt a twinge of jealousy, you're just a hater, God is jealous. You know what I mean? Place no other gods before me. That emotion is not within itself the issue. It's the action that you take after the emotion that can cause you to lose good relationships, that can cause you to, sabotage other people. We get caught up in the emotion of jealousy, but it's like, that's a human emotion. That's a human thing to be like, man, I wish I had that. That's human. But what I say to that, because I have an alternative thought for every negative thought, my alternative thought to jealousy is like, God doesn't tease me, so I'm good. If I see it, I can achieve it. So I'm straight on that. If I want that and that's a righteous desire, I'll achieve that. So those are some strategies that I use, but yes, I feel those emotions 100%. And I think that people, because I've seen coaches that'll be like, I never feel jealous. I don't never feel fear. And it's like, I think what they're trying to say, but not articulating properly, is they don't allow it to stop them. But I don't believe that there are humans on this earth that aren't feeling insecurity ever in life, even if they don't allow it to stop them. All these destructive thoughts have occurred, but I dilute them with faith. I dilute them with the facts of the seeds that I've sown, and I dilute them with positive thoughts, and I will repeat to myself over and over again, everything happens for me, nothing happens to me, no matter what. And where I can't see protection, God can. And so sometimes I truly believe God communicates to me through my husband. And if he feels strongly about keeping a date, keeping a person, letting a date go, letting a person go, hiring somebody, firing somebody, that is God's protection. Sometimes we, in our faith, if I'm being 100% transparent, I have felt like God doesn't hear my prayers at points in my life. I felt like, man, I get it theoretically that he's up there just like, oh, Ashley, I love you, you know what I mean? But in practice, when certain things happen in our lives, certain dark moments, it's like, man, I don't even know if he loves me like that. And one thing that I've done is when I have those moments of insecurity, it's like, okay, you can't see or feel God's love for you in this temporary moment, but do you really think, based on all the people that get paid when you get paid, God is gonna fail all of them? And one thing that the Holy Spirit has been placing on my heart to say to other people when they start feeling insecure in their employers is think about it. We predominantly hire people who have faith, right? So, and not even just that, but we hire good-hearted people. When you fail, it's a ripple effect on those individuals. So I have to keep realizing that God's not about to allow all his children, all people that he loves, whether they call him Father or not, why? Even if I don't believe in a moment that God doesn't love me enough, it's so easy to see God's love for other people for me. And so that's been something that I tell myself too, but yeah, you feel those feelings, but what you practice is not allowing those feelings to stop you from moving forward in your life.
Going into day one, I am excited, a little nervous, and I'm just praying that everything goes according to plan. I feel like it would be easier if everyone was in person because you don't have the technical aspect of it all, but I'm just prayerful that God's hand will be on this event or confident that God's hand will be on this event and on the technology because anyone who's at an event with tech knows all right, we need all the tech to be on the same page. But I'm really excited. I'm so excited to see people. I'm excited to hear
what this event has already done for them. This event, of all 6 of our events, has gotten the most testimonials before the event happened than any other event.
Under the tutelage of Ashley Kirkwood, I have learned to increase my confidence and to step back and away from the things that have held me back.
My focus has pretty much shifted, and she has given me the mindset that I am worthy of the price that I ask for. In every room that I step in, I'm gonna be a trailblazer.
My pre-event experience was like, I was so blown away about the details. I absolutely loved everything about this box and what was in it. And I was like almost into tears because that's what matters to me.
So many people have emailed like, man, just the pre-event stuff has changed my life. Just the book has changed my life. That's huge for me. Like, I'm so excited about that. But I would be lying if I said I was not nervous about all the logistical things that have to happen to make this work. You know, I prayed yesterday and I was like, God, like, exceed all my expectations. And that's literally what I'm expecting. I'm expecting way more than I could have ever asked for. I'm really expecting for people to get so much more than just information. One of the things my dad says, he's a pastor, is like, information is great, but revelation is better. And if I can help one person to really understand who they are as an individual, it will change the trajectory of every aspect of their lives. And that's what I'm going for at the event.
Oh, Lord. Okay, let me catch my breath. All the monitors just went off. Oh, wait, hold up. We had to adjust on the fly several times, starting on Wednesday. The first challenge we had to overcome was the stage. When the stage was delivered, it did not look the way it was supposed to look. And that was a big problem. However, the company was able to fix it. So that was one thing, that was fine. But then the other issue, I like to walk around when I speak. And because of that, my mom made sure that we had a stage that was shaped in such a way that accommodated a panel, but also gave me runway to walk. However, the clicker that we're using, both clickers, weren't working from a far range for whatever reason. Not an issue we've ever had before. We didn't even think to anticipate this issue. And we're like, okay, what are we going to do? So we just had to adjust, you know, when we need the slides to move, I had to adjust on the fly and be okay with it. And one thing that I've gotten better about is not having major catastrophic like meltdowns that'll ruin my mood for the day. Now, some things I will get a little like, ugh, you know, I'll have my moment, but I've learned to recover quicker. Because at the end of the day, I'm not just planning an event, I'm also speaking at the event. And that just requires my mindset to be in the right place. So no matter where I'm at, we've had to adjust. And in the very beginning, there was a slight delay. There's always some slight delays getting things up and going. And before we started the event, my mom was like, okay, well, let's pray. And I was like, okay. We can pray. And she was like, I'm gonna pray. And my mom prayed like, I don't even know what was like, the fire of the Lord was just in her, you know what I'm saying? Like, and everyone was teary-eyed, crying, the photographer, I was like tearing up, tears, and it literally set the entire tone for the day. And it was a great lesson in just letting people cover you. Because when you're a CEO and you're a leader, you're very used to handling things yourself. I have to hire people so I don't have to do this. Even though as a business owner, I always say that, and then it's like, I still end up doing it. Yeah, you know what I mean? And there's always a still small voice, at least for me in the back of my head, that's like, okay, if they don't do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm always prepared to jump in and save the day. And this conference has been a huge test of trust and just letting people operate in their zone of genius and cover you. So we have an on-site team, which is small. We probably could use 10 additional people. And in addition to the on-site team, and that consists of
client success leaders, people who are literally assigned to every single attendee. The book I'm holding right now is actually a dossier of every attendee. I'm going through and rereading why they're attending the event, what they want to get out of the event, so that I can be prepared to serve in that capacity. But we have client success leaders, people who are trained and skilled to ensure that the guests have a great experience. And those folks are on site. We flew them in from all over the country to be here. On top of that, we have a virtual team. Those folks are checking my emails, checking the Facebook group, engaging in the Facebook group, engaging in the chat, tracking every single question that comes through virtually, because this year we're hybrid. So, that's what they're doing. And then you have my mom and Joy, who are on the event management team. They're checking in with the vendors, making sure people are here. My husband is really the operations leader. He was the one who checked in with the AV, DJ, and stage vendors. So it's an incredible amount. And not to mention the design team. So everything that people see today had to be designed. We have 3 or 4 designers that worked on this, but our lead designer, Sammy, he's incredible. So he did all of the design. He designed 180 PowerPoint slides, which have gone through 5 to 10 revisions. He designed all of the posters that are in the room, because when I do events, I literally think of what will they see, what will they feel, what will they hear. So I wanted to make sure that in the room, we had affirmations that when people started to feel like this wouldn't work for me, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, they could literally look to their left or look to their right, and there's words that they can see that will say, you are enough. You know what I mean? And that was really important. But then we have people virtual. So we had our graphics team design virtual postcards that people can print out at home, and they could see the same words as the people in the room. So that was also important. I've learned to have a deeper trust and appreciation for my team, and for team in general. I always saw people that had amazing teams, and they would be saying how great the team was, and they had this big team of people that all supported them, and I was like, man, what does that feel like? And a part of me was like, are they faking this? You know what I mean? Like, is this even real? Because, hiring is really difficult. We've gone through a variety of iterations of people that we've worked with. And there was one point, and I talk to my friend about this all the time, like, everybody can't be out here just having like incredible team. Like, is that even real? Like those pictures of like, my team is amazing and they have the best. And this was one of the first times where I felt like, one, we've always, at every point in my business, we've had a few exceptional employees. But during this event, there was not a single weak player. You see what I mean? Like, I learned that it is possible to be fully supported by a group of people working towards a single mission, and that if you trust and empower them to make decisions on your behalf, they will take ownership over their role and it will be okay. I'm overjoyed that my family is here, and family has always been a part of Speak Your Way to Cash. So for me, family is everything. I am blessed and honored that my parents can be here. And not only that they can be here, but that they're healthy and able to participate. And I noticed that my dad and my mom, they wore the brand colors for Speak Your Way to Cash, which was so cool. And they're so proud. And one thing that you always want to do as a child whose parents did so much for you is make your parents proud. Like, there's no greater feeling than your parents beaming and them being proud. And the truth is, most of the principles that I'm teaching are because of the seeds that they planted in me. So my mom taught me confidence. My dad taught me sales and faith. My dad taught me work ethic. And he says that he needs to copyright all of his stuff because he notices that now I'm using his phrases and I didn't give him proper attribution. So he says, so I'll have to make sure to give him more attribution today at the event. But you know, it's beautiful. And one of the things he said, I was like, Dad, you're coming. I'm so glad you're coming. And he was like, I would be there if it was in Alaska. And that just like warmed my heart to no degree, because I'm such a daddy's girl all the way. But me and my mom are also incredibly close. The way they've raised me is the reason why so many other people will be impacted by my life. Had they not raised me to be confident, I wouldn't have the courage to speak up on behalf of the hundreds of speakers that we work with now and the thousands that are a part of our community. My family is just incredible. They're so willing to support. My husband is one of the most empathetic people I know. He's incredibly emotionally intelligent. He's very caring. He's also super shrewd and observant, and he's brilliant, like really brilliant. And I don't know if people know this, but Chris is one of the smartest people I know. Just, he's naturally gifted academically. He helped me edit my book. He helps with every business decision. He's super strategic. He's excellent with pricing. He is not a people pleaser, which means he makes sound decisions all the time. So he really keeps me grounded in ways that I can't describe. When I left my $300,000 job, I talked to Chris first. And he said he was 100% on board with it. And I don't know if Chris had doubts about whether the business would do well or whether I could do it, but if he did, he never voiced it. He never was like, I don't know about this, or man, my wife putting me in a position, now I gotta do all of this, because he never did that. And so having a strategic, God-fearing, wise, calm in the storm type of husband has been incredible for me. And one thing he's never done is made me feel like I am doing too much, or I can't be fully who I'm called to be, or I need to sit in the back and stay in a woman's place. He's just never done that. And we have really redefined gender roles in our marriage, and he's always been open to that. His parents have been married over 30 years. My parents have been married over 30 years, or close to it. His parents have been married since they were 18, mine since they were 25. We got married at 22 and 23 after dating for 6 months. So we've seen strong, long-lasting marriages, but we've also had to redefine what it means for us. And Chris has been able to let us to do that. Praise his family, she takes care of our daughter. If it came down to choosing between running my business and taking care of my child, I'm taking care of my child. So without someone who loves the Lord, loves Christelle, loves our family, and understands the assignment, I can't serve other people if my house isn't right, isn't taken care of. And so she's really allowed us to serve the people that we're able to serve, to change the trajectories of the lives and legacies that we're able to change by taking care of our daughter. And so many moms come to me, how do you do it? My baby's crying in the back, I can't do it live, and I'm just like, look, we invested in having someone take care of our daughter full time in an environment that we're comfortable with during COVID. So all the protocols are in place, and she was just down to do it, and it was such a godsend. So family to me is peace. It's everything.
Now we're about to do something really exciting. Really, really exciting, and it's called the Dreamer's Den. Who's heard about this? I've talked about this session a lot. I'm so excited about this session. And what we're going to do, now here's where it takes participation. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and while I ask them, I'm just gonna ask you to close your eyes and visualize your answer.
One thing that I was concerned about before the event, it was whether or not people will appreciate the mindset portion of the conference. One of the most powerful sessions was the Dreamer's Den, where people literally took 25 minutes to just imagine a life that they haven't lived yet, but that they want and desire to feel.
The purpose of this session is to give you a vision that is so powerful that you are ready to go after it.
Because so often I think that we undervalue mindset. I believe that's the case. One of the reasons why I believe that is because I think therapists are grossly underpaid in this country. So because of that, I'm like, man, people seem to undervalue this. So I wonder if it'll connect. But after we did the Dreamer's Den and people closed, that was the other thing. Are people gonna close their eyes? Are they gonna think these are all of the thoughts that I had, like all of my fears and concerns, just being honest. Like, are they gonna close their eyes? Are they gonna think this is silly? How long should I wait? There are gonna be moments of silence, just all these little things. But when people started closing their eyes, everyone in the room closed their eyes, and most people virtually, eyes were closed, cameras were on. And I saw one of our attendees, like his head was in his hands, and he had his eyes totally closed just to focus and get in the zone. I was like, okay, they're locked into this. people are going to appreciate this. And we started asking questions. We changed the format a little bit, but afterwards we were like, okay, what did you get out of that? How was that for you? Share your experience in the room. And we had several people share their experiences virtually. And when one of the attendees in the room said she went from seeing a $100,000 check to a $1 million check, and she sat with that feeling to the degree that it began to feel real for her, I was like, okay, life-changing, this was done. And one of the attendees virtually mentioned that the missing element to her business strategy was dreaming. And she didn't know she needed that, but she was going to change the way she does business forever by adding a weekly dreaming session to her weekly calendar. Weekly. She was like, it's going to change the trajectory of my life and my business forever. And after that, I was like, all right, bet, I'm down, let's go. Like, let's go. What else? What else we got? Like, we're gonna do all the sessions, all the things.
I thought, I'm gonna teach them how to do frameworks for their business. They took that and were like, no, we're gonna take that same, this is how you think about it, and come up with a framework for our life. So that crushed that limiting belief that grown-ups want to dream, and we can facilitate that, and people are happy about that. And these are all limiting beliefs that I have, but I was still gonna do it regardless. You know, it wasn't gonna ever stop me from doing what we needed to do. But being real, I just learned that sometimes the fears you have around it aren't warranted. And one thing I want everyone to take away from this, I had these fears, I had these thoughts, I had these limiting beliefs, but I was still gonna get up on that stage and y'all wasn't gonna feel none of them when you did the exercises. And it just encourages me to keep dreaming, dream bigger. Earlier we talked about what is Speak Your Way to Cash and what is it about? It's not even about accumulating cash for you. You see what I'm saying? It's so much deeper. And this event has just taught me a lot about why it's critical that even when you're scared, even when you're unsure, you do it anyways.
I would say the dance battle was by far like the highlight of my day. And I say that because it was just so good to see everyone having a great time. Be who you are and show your personality no matter how quirky that is. Like, just have fun, shake it off, dance. And so to see all these women who are largely, you know, spiritual women, Christian women, academics, professional women, corporate women, let their hair down and show their mega knees was incredible. You know what I mean? And the fellas too, you know, we had the guys in the room, but you know, guys are so chill when they dance. They were in the room bobbing, everybody was on their feet. And it was so fun, and that was one of the big reasons why we hired Lady Lunchbell. Most people are like, they're gonna hire whatever host they hire, and that's fine, but I was like, man, let's get somebody who understands what it takes to get on stage and not know whether or not it'll work out, but who leverages comedy and humor to lighten the mood. Because there's several times she gets up there and she's like, oh, I feel a shy spirit over in this side of the room. It's like, y'all, we need that. Everything we do is so serious. And it's like, come on. There was one other moment. We had an attendee, Kelly Parker. She was a member of the Academy last year. We had her share her comedic intro to explaining how she helps corporations. And she crushed it.
She said that to me, and then I start laughing. You ever start laughing? Ain't nothing funny, but you start laughing, and then you start itching. And then the last straw is always when you start talking to yourself, and you be like, I know good and well she ain't talking to me.
And while I saw her speaking, I felt the Holy Spirit tell me to have attendees sow into her speaking journey. And I didn't know whether people were going to be down for this. Like, I knew I would do it, but I was like, okay. So I went back on the stage and I was like, all right, guys, who enjoyed what Kelly did? And they were like, oh no, she killed it. That was amazing. I was like, great. So if you enjoyed it, let's thank her by connecting her to the HR director of your company. And you can do it in one or two ways. One, send her the name and send her the job title of the person so she can reach out directly. But if you really enjoyed it, I want you to make a personal email introduction to that person. Raise your hand if you're gonna do that. People raise their hand. And then in the chat, several people, like we saw 5 to 10 people, and I couldn't count it fast enough, but there were a lot of people that were like, I'll do it, 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 I'll do it. And we put a timeline on it, like you have to do it by Friday. And for me, giving people in the room an opportunity to bless someone else with the resources that they have. I just wanted people to see the power that we had in the room to make things happen for someone else. Because we're so often like, and I wanted them to do it for someone that they potentially could be competing with for business. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that everyone was down for that, it just let me know, all right, we got the spirit right in here, you know? And once people do that, I know like having that level of generosity, it unlocks so much in your life. And to facilitate that just was incredible. And the fact that people were down for it, I was like, we got a good group. We got the right people in here doing the right things. And I knew it was gonna be just a life-changing event for everyone involved. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I knew something incredible was gonna happen at the event. And I'm just so yielded to that process and being flexible and helping other people to help other people in the room. So many people left with a renewed mind, a renewed sense of who they are, new ideas, and a bigger imagination about what they can do. I want them to have a good perspective of their past and to understand that regardless of where you were from or what you've done or what you've achieved or what you've accomplished, as long as you can look at it in the right light, you can dominate in your future.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming to our Ghana webinar. It is officially over now and we look forward to having all those of you who are signing up on the trip. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you for coming.